Blue Chuck, blue.
We are live, Mayor.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, residents, board. Today I'd like to call.
Her mic is off. Her mic is off.
Mayor, you're muted.
Anybody can hear me? All right. Okay. Start over. Good morning, everyone, residents, Board of Trustees, Clerk. Today, I would like to call to order the Special Board of Trustees virtual meeting via Zoom live stream on YouTube. Today is Wednesday, December 8th, 2021, and the time now is 10:08 a.m. Clerk Key, can you call the roll?
Good morning, everyone. Please be patient with my voice. I'm still out with the flu, but let me begin with Trustee Holmes.
Present.
Trustee Norwood.
Present.
Trustee Steve.
Present.
Trustee Belcher.
Here.
Trustee House.
Present.
And Trustee Brown.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Next, if we all will stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next we're gonna do prayer. If we went, Trustee Holmes, you'd like to lead us in prayer?
Sure. Heavenly Father, we ask that you put your holy hands over each and every last one of us throughout the United States, Village of Dolton, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Amen.
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 Next, we have general announcements. Do anyone have general announcement?
Yes, may I be recognized?
Sure, go ahead, Trustee.
I just want to remind the residents about Tea with the Trustees this Saturday. There's going to be food, there's going to be games, some giveaways, some coat. The clerk has some food boxes that she's giving away and some coats that she's giving away. So please, residents, come out, fellowship with your elected officials, and please bring your questions, your concerns to Tea with the Trustees this Saturday at 9:30 at the Lester Long. Is that the Lester Long Center? Is that what they call it? Lester Long?
Yeah.
But it's Lester Long Center. So see everyone there. And of course, everyone's invited. Mayor, you're invited. Everybody on this phone call, everybody on this Zoom call is invited.
All right, thank you. Anyone else have any announcements?
May I be recognized?
Sure, go ahead.
I'd like to invite all Dolton residents out to a skate night with the trustees. It's next Friday, December the 17th, from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And it's at Linwood Skating Rink on 2030 Glenwood Dyer Road in Linwood, Illinois. Please RSVP with me, Trustee Norwood, at 708-968-4297, or please email me at bnorwood@vodolton.org.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Anyone else have any more general announcements to make? Okay, I just announced two, so if anyone's watching this video, because it's kind of early, bowling tonight, come and bowl with Mayor Henyard at Dolton Bowl. It is going on from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Residents, please come out. It is free. You can bowl 2 games with your families. Bring your little ones. It is a family bowl. It's not just for adults. So if you have a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, come on now. I will have Justice will be there, my daughter, and they do put the guardrails up so the kids can bowl, and they won't have a gutter ball at all. So that's going on tonight, Wednesday, December 8th. From 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. at Dolton Bowl. And then also, thanks for the invite, Trustee Steves, for this Saturday. But this Saturday, I do have the toy the toy giveaway, and it will be at Thornridge High School, and that is from 11 until 2 p.m. So anyone that's watching this and you have little ones here in the village of Dolton, please register so that you can be first at picking out whatever toy that you choose for your child. Bring your kids so they can pick out what they want. Also, any extras that's left over, I do help anyone, but it is for Dolton residents currently. It will be at Thornridge High School this Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m. Register with Nikita. Her phone number is 708-297-6859. Again, the number is 708-297-6859, or you can email her at nmcgraw@vodolton.org. That is her email address. But then I will still try to make you guys' event on Saturday. I'll probably just stop by before my event. So thank you. Next, we have citizens address. Anybody have any comments or statements as it relates to the agenda that's before you? Your time is now to speak. So Ontario, let me know if you have any questions in the chat.
Right now, there are no questions in the chat. I checked email, no questions in email.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have village clerk's report. Clerk Key, do you have a report to give?
I do. I just, again, ask you guys to be patient with me. My voice is a little altered, but I do have a report. I'd like to thank everyone who's present at this meeting today. Today, I know many of you have already met her, but I want to officially introduce the Deputy Clerk, Eris Montgomery, who is on this Zoom today. She was hired the 1st of November. And I'll let her speak and give you guys a little introduction of herself. You can go right ahead, Eris. You're on mute, Eris.
Oh, sorry, guys. Good morning, and thank you, Clerk Key. Thank you to Mayor Henyer and the trustees and everyone else that is present on this Zoom call. I am a Dolton resident. I've been a Dolton resident for over 10 years now. I am a Thornwood alumni. I come with a background of housing and customer service. It's been most exciting working in this office. It's been so pleasant working with Clerk Key. In just a short amount of time, I've learned so much about this office and the importance of the duties that stem from this office as well. So I am pleased to announce that we are launching a new program regarding FOIA requests at the beginning of the year, which we will be, it's actually going to be most beneficial to the residents. It's going to help them to get their requests in a timely fashion and that they get results back in a timely fashion as well. So being a resident here, I am excited to serve this village, and I thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Eris. I appreciate that. Some of the other things that Eris didn't mention that she's doing is, in addition to the FOIAs, is she is also beginning the scanning and indexing of ordinances and resolutions so that we can try to move forward with the codification process, and that there's a lot involved before you could even get to that. And so we are, in the process of trying to get that done. She is beginning to scan some things in. She has, also started putting together, doing the indexing of that as well. And so I'm very excited to have her on board to work with me with that as well. On October the 31st, the mayor and the board of trustees passed a new push tax ordinance. And this ordinance would allow the village to collect $1 each time a customer pulls the lever on any video gaming machines located in the village of Dolton. The clerk's office mailed a copy of the ordinance along with the video gaming terminate or operate a tax return registration forms to all the businesses who have video gaming machines in their establishments. Payment will be due on or before the 20th of each month. So they are aware that they will be required to make payment, before or on the 20th of the month. For the past 7 months, you have not heard much about what's happening in the clerk's office, because during this time I have been busy learning the functions and responsibilities of the office, identifying where records are being stored, as well as looking at systems that will make this office run more efficiently. This is still ongoing. There are many trainings the deputy and I will attend next year. In fact, she is attending a webinar today on FOIAs to get a general idea, because right now the Attorney General's office isn't doing the training because their system was hacked and they have not opened it back up to the official training. But there are webinars out there to give you a general overview of it. And so she's doing that, scheduled to do that today. Many of you may not be aware, but I have an extensive background in community development and resident services. And like for the past 10 years, I've partnered with an organization called Operation Warm, which is a new coat giveaway program. And they have allowed me to bring this program to the village of Dolton and other surrounding suburban communities near us. And I have been fortunate enough to share this program with other communities. So this Saturday, as Trustee Steve mentioned, I will be hosting a new coat giveaway and a food giveaway in conjunction with Tea with the Trustee. This will it would take place at the Lester Loan Building at the Dolton Park District at 10 a.m. We will give away not only coats and food, but Trustee Holmes, I want to thank you for also giving me additional coats, because my shipment of coats were delayed due to shipment issues. So through your donations and some other donations, I do have coats, but I don't have as many sizes that I had originally ordered. I also want to acknowledge some individuals who have worked with me to put this event together and to make it possible. And of course, I would first acknowledge the trustees for allowing me to partner with them with trustees, with Tea with the Trustees, because I didn't have the space otherwise. I also want to acknowledge Tanika Hughes from Thornton Township, who is a Dolton resident, who was very instrumental in providing me food boxes. Lisa Montgomery from her nonprofit organization, who will be donating books for children. Kim Hayes is from the Lions Club, and again, another Dolton resident. We'll also bring in various donations. We have hand sanitizer, you name it. And then finally, Janet Rogers, who serves as on the board at South Suburban College in South Holland School District 152, was very instrumental in providing me resources and donations to be able to give to the residents on Saturday. Hopefully my health will allow me to be there. I'm sure Eris will be able to carry it forward if I'm not there. But I hope everyone does come out and, just be a part of it. The clerk's office will continue to build partnerships to bring different initiatives and resources to the village of Dolton. And as you can see, there is a lot of talent and resources that actually resides in Dolton. And that is what I'm tapping into, is the people who live here who can also bring resources to the village. And so you will see more out of the clerk's office other than just duties that the clerk is required to do. And that concludes my report. And I thank you guys.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, we had staff report, but unfortunately the staff could not be here today because the Board of Trustees decided to have a 10 a.m. board meeting, which I asked them to switch it to 6:30 p.m. So that the residents can be here and the staff runs the day-to-day the day-to-day operations, so they can't break and come on at this moment. So we did them Monday. So if anybody wants to understand or know what each department has done over the last month, you can go watch that video. But currently, we got police, and we're going to start with Trustee Holmes for police.
Good morning. How are you? First, I would like to just say, if anyone still have lights that are not working, that are out, please call Public Works and get that done ASAP, because criminals look for that activity, to do activities with the lights are out. Also, there's a public safety meeting tomorrow at Lex Delone Center at the Park District, starting at 5 o'clock. Anyone and all are welcome to come out and address the concerns, and also the chief will be there, and we will give a fully update on all activities that's been going on in the village of Dolton. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Melanie Fitness, Trustee Brown.
Good morning, everyone. Still wants to give a report on the fitness center. Of course, we are still in the negative range as far as the finances for Melanie Fitness Center. But on a good note, I know that the mayor stated that she has spoken with the Park District as far as taking over the Melanie Fitness Center. And I also have spoken with Commissioner Kevin Bowens as well. So that is something the Park District is looking into, possibly taking over the fitness center. I also had a business owner come in and take a look at the fitness center, as well as possibly making that fitness center a Planet Fitness. So it all depends on, the pricing of what we are talking about as far as the price for the fitness center. But Planet Fitness is one place that is looking into probably acquiring that property. Also, I had a young man to come in and take a look. If we don't work with the fitness center, we also spoke about possibly bringing a, I forgot the name of the place. I can't think of it right now. I just lost my train of thought here. But also will be an activity center for children. So family and children to possibly take a look as to take over that Melanie Fitness Center. So hopefully we'll have something edged in stone by January to give you more of an update as to which way we want to go with the Melanie Fitness Center. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And just to give you another update for the Melanie Fitness, we had 2 different NFL players come to town. I took them through town to show them all the properties that we have that's available. They are looking at that as an option, and they want to do, one wants to do a music school, and one wants to do a basketball, I don't know if you call it camp or school there as well. So I just want to throw that out there. And then you also have a hospital looking at the location to use it for, we have center to utilize the pool. So that was just some more updates to add to what you had. Next on the agenda, we have Public Works, Trustee Steves.
Good morning, everyone. I'm used to saying good evening, but good morning, everyone. Just to update with Public Works, the amount of updated equipment, the Public Works are at minimum staffing requirements. So we've actually, I haven't checked with Stacy Corral, but I think the new truck should be here soon. So they're out working. But the amount of things that this administration and the board have worked together on to improve Public Works has really been good for Public Works. So the new front loader, there's a lot of new equipment, I think, and then the motor fuel tax as far as to spend to improve the parking lot over there. So there's been a lot of improvements over in Public Works. And I think it's headed in the right direction. That's the end of my report.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Trustee, are you finished?
Yes, that's the end of my report.
Okay, all right, thank you. Next, we have Fire Trustee Belcher.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mayor, Board of Trustees. We had a fire meeting last week. Currently, right now, we're still in the process. The fire department is in the process of the 2 new hires that are going through all of the new hire process. So they should be starting at the beginning of the year. Also, they're working on station number 2, which should be opening at the beginning of the year. Also, possibly, I believe Pete said in maybe February, late February. At this time, there's no additional information. I just want everybody to know, since it is the holidays and we have trees, to be cautious of live trees, making sure that they stay watered and with the lights just for fire hazards. That's it. That's the end of my report.
All right, next we have you, Trustee Norwood.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm currently partnering with Thornridge High School. I'm working with Counselor Blackwell, and we're putting an event together for the high schoolers, where we'll have guest speakers come out and discuss financial literacy, scholarships, and youth employment. We'll have some raffles also to make it a little fun for the teens. And I would like to thank Dress to Impress. They agreed to donate some gift cards, so I'm going to thank them for that. And I also want to thank Prestige Inn and Suites for their donation also for the raffles. So, and I'm also going to have a youth committee meeting on 12/17 next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Next Thursday at 6 p.m.
All right, next we have Finance, Trustee House.
No report from Finance today, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next would have been the department reports. I spoke on it earlier. Next is going to be corporate bills. So corporate bills, Trustee House. I don't see Chris. Trustee House, you have the floor.
Okay, so with we have to read the October and September electronic list, as well as October's written checks. So I'm going to read 3 different warrant lists into the record, starting with September's electronic payments register, which has corporate payments of $14,121.51, water fund payments of $381.87. Total on the register for September 30th is $14,503.38. For October's electronic payment register, we have corporate payments of $37,027.25, water fund payments of $288,341.87, federal forfeiture payments of $10, sewer fund payments $1,808.34, Melanie Fitness Center register $325.72, Homewood disposal bonds payment of $614,333.34, and auto pay Microsoft payment of $197.28 for total payments on the October electronic register list of $942,043.80. And then finally, the warrant list for November has total corporate payments of $965,025.09. Gross payroll from November 5th, $414,146.32. Gross payroll for November 19th, $408,258.38. Melanie Fitness Center payments, $3,946.55. Payroll for November 5th, $1,210.85. And gross payroll for November 19th, for Melanie Fitness Center, $1,071.11. Total corporate payments, $1,793,658.30. And I would motion that we collectively pay all the registers read into record.
Second.
There's motion by trustee House, second by, who seconded?
Brown.
Trustee Brown. Any discussion? Okay, can you call it?
Sure. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Holmes.
Aye, I'm
Okay.
here.
I got you. Trustee Brown
Aye.
and Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Next we have old business, which is letter A. We spoke about it. At the county meeting, so in the agenda, asking for approval for, and I'll just read them into record. And if anybody has something they disagree with, just let me know and I will remove it. Approval of consent items. 1, resolution 21 regarding the calculation of billing estimated water bills. Somebody mute their phone. I don't know if the back noise. Can y'all mute your lines? Thank you, so they can hear me. I started over. So old business, approval of consent items. 1, resolution 21 regarding the calculation and billing of estimated water bills for occupied properties. 2, a 2022 application for the call for projects to request technical assistance from CMAP. 3, the surface transportation program, 400,000 grant for resurfacing 144 between King Drive and Indiana. 4, resolution 21 authorizing an official to execute sub-recipient agreement for the 2021 Community Block Grant Agreement. 5, resolution 21 for the various sidewalk removal and replacements for the village-wide sidewalk program with 200,000 MFT funds. 6, resolution 21. Resolution 21. Establish a 30-day amnesty program for uncollected fines for parking tickets. 7, reconsideration of background check policy effective date to be retroactive to May 7, 2021. 8, action regarding South Suburban Land Bank. 9, the FY23 budget schedule. 10, the 2022 board meetings and holiday schedule. 11, motion to approve preliminary estimate of the 2021 property tax levy in accordance with the Truth and Taxation Law of Illinois. 12, resolution 21 authorizing the issue of $1,430,550 general obligation bonds, series 2021, Homewood Disposal. 13, ordinance 21, frequent requests for police ambulance service at disorderly houses. 14, new workers' compensation insurance with Illinois Risk Fund. So those are the items that are being approved within a consent agenda. I do know that one item they wanted to vote separately, and that was the land bank. So we're gonna take the land bank out of the group and we'll vote on that separately. So can I have a motion to vote on the consent agenda as read into record?
I motion.
Wait.
Okay, is there a second?
Mayor, it was one thing, I think you said it was one of the consent forms.
It's not in here. You guys removed it.
Okay.
It was in the original one that I posted for the Monday board meeting, but I guess you guys didn't want to do the consent for a background check. So y'all removed it out of this bundle.
Okay, no problem. I'm good.
Okay, so that's a motion by trustee Holmes. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Belcher. Okay, can you call the roll or any discussion? Call the roll.
Who seconded the motion? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Belcher,
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you want me to take the roll? Is there any
Yeah, call the roll for approval for all the items that I just read into record. It was motion by
Yes.
trustee Holmes, second by trustee Belcher. For all the items except the South Suburban Land Bank, we will vote on separate after this.
We'll take the, okay, gotcha. Trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
trustee House.
Aye.
Motion pass.
All right, thank you. Next, is there a motion to approve the South Suburban Land Bank?
Motion to
Yeah.
approve the South Suburban Land Bank.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay.
I know that we had, one thing, Mayor, I'm sorry. I know that we had spoken about the land bank, possibly sitting down to renegotiate some things in the contract. Did we set a date for that?
You broke up, trustee. You froze.
I know, can you hear me now, everybody?
You're going
Can you
in
hear
and
me?
out. You're going in
I
and
don't
out.
know.
Okay, try now, trustee.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We
Yes,
can,
no?
you're going in and out as you speak.
Okay, maybe I should log back on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it still in and out?
We can hear you, but you just, I don't know how to word it.
Oh, it's fading in and out still?
Well, I hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I can hear you.
Okay,
I
Yes,
can.
but now the mayor's froze.
yes. Okay, did we discuss, we were going to discuss a possible contract with the land bank, correct? Anybody remember or no?
Well,
Yeah, yes, trustee Brown.
Okay, so we're still gonna move on that, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
that's what this vote is for, is if we move forward with the land bank.
Ooh, sorry,
Okay,
guys.
I'm good. Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you.
It looks like we lost the mayor, at least on my screen. She's gone.
I don't see her either.
And Ontario, it looks like I lost Ontario too. The Village of Dolton one is gone on mine also.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Yeah,
that.
I don't see it either.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I need to ask a quick question on this particular motion. I know Steve motioned to move forward. I didn't hear who's second. I think I heard two voices. Can anybody tell me?
Trustee Norwood.
Oh, Norwood, thank you.
Okay, looks like we lost.
That's what, Madam Clerk, are you the host for the meeting then? Because if Ontario's off, who has host?
Well, if the mayor and no one else is on here, Trustee Steve, are you recording this meeting?
No, I'm not. It's on YouTube right now. It's being recorded, but you're right. I don't know who the host is. It will have
Right,
to.
'cause
It will have to be between. It will have to be between whoever.
Well, I thought the mayor was going to get back on. I just thought she had some.
Yeah.
I thought she just had some technical difficulty. Is she not getting back on this meeting?
yes, but if both of them are off, the Ontario and it says Village of Dolton is
Oh,
now the
he's
host.
back
So he
on.
just got back on. He's able to get back on.
So Ontario just got back on.
I
Yes.
am back on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, you guys tell me if the mayor is not able to get back on, should we proceed with the meeting?
From my understanding, the internet went out and it's coming back on upstairs. So,
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
the mayor had to reboot everything and to try to get back on now, so.
Okay. Well, you see Derek, don't be running. Y'all, look, you see, where you at? Y'all see Derek? That's IT. So the internet went down at Village Hall. Now you got both of them, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, keep that one up, but just, let's see. We'll exit out of here, man, so it's not both. Okay. The internet went down at Village Hall, so we're back up. And then knocked myself and Ontario out. So let's get back to where we left off at. And it's a shame that do happen here. A lot, I'm told. We was at The land bank. So I think it was a motion and a second, Clerk Key. Can you just read that back into record? Who motioned, who second?
It was motion by Trustee Steve and second by Trustee Norwood.
Okay.
And Trustee Brown was in
Speak.
discussion.
Yes, thank you. So Trustee Brown, you had a floor. I know we was in discussion, but we couldn't hear what you were saying. So we ready.
They clarified it. We're all good.
Okay.
She clarified it, Mayor. We're good. Thank you.
Do you want your question on record or you don't?
No, it's good.
Okay, so basically we're in discussion for the South Suburban Land Bank. Do anybody else have any discussion?
Oh, yeah, yes, I do. I want to make it, the question that Trustee Brown had was that we negotiate in the contract, we're going to negotiate because there's a lot of information about we're not getting no money from the land bank and no money from them. No, we're going to negotiate where we get a percentage of every sale they make. That is up to us to make that decision. And we're going to move forward the decision. So when that's being said out here saying that the land bank is getting profit off these properties and we're not getting nothing and stuff, that's just not true. We can negotiate what we want to make off each property. And when we negotiate that, we'll come back, we'll have Trustee Henwood, Trustee Norwood. Lord, I butchered all them. Sound like I'm talking about Trustee Norwood will have a housing committee meeting and we'll talk about what we're going to get off every house that we don't have to give. We can give them 10. We don't have to give them the whole 400 houses. I don't want to do that at all. You know what I mean? But I say this is one option that we can have, and we will get revenue from the houses that the land bank sells. Make that very clear. We will get revenue. So I wanted to really get rid of that misinformation that we will get nothing. That is not true. Okay. So I'm okay with moving forward with this, and we will negotiate the stuff that we get from the land bank.
Okay, so my question to you or the Board of Trustees is, why would you guys vote for something that's not complete? You telling us what we will get, but just like you don't know what you will do tomorrow. You should get it in writing on what will happen before you vote on this company coming on board to the village. We talked about this in the COW, and the concerns were exactly what we're stating, that the village will not make any proceeds from this. But yet instead, you trustees would like to still vote and bring them on board without having a complete understanding of what we will do. I remember, and I can recall several different times, you guys have shot down the Block by Block program, which is geared towards giving property back to the residents because you thought that we was missing something, whatever it was. And I've said several times to fix it, change it to whatever you guys wanted it to say, because you write the law. So here we are at another bump in the road as it relates to South Suburban Land Bank. And I'm saying to you the same thing you were saying to me for Block by Block. Make sure you guys have it all together before you guys vote on it. That does not look good to the public eye, nor myself or anyone else that's watching, of you voting now to bring the South Suburban Land Bank on board to take over our vacant property without an understanding or agreement saying that we will make money off of this. It's like you guys putting the cart before the horse. You should basically get it in writing before proceeding. I don't agree with moving forward until you get together. I think you should reconsider this or taking action, because anybody could do anything or change their mind, and you don't have it on paper. That's like having a contract or anything in life. You put it on paper, then it's valid. If we can all say whatever we think it is, that don't make it valid. So again, reconsider. I think you guys should come back to the drawing board. If you're going to have a housing committee, you guys should wait to have the housing committee, add this in there, let the public, meaning the residents, have input on this before voting on it, like we were saying with everything else we have been doing here. This should not slide through without the residents speaking on it. And then secondly, 1 second. Secondly, you guys wanted to be over having the committees, and you guys are. So I think that you guys could have been had a committee meeting as it relates to South Suburban Land Bank and added that in to discuss it. And it seems as though you guys just want to vote on it without discussing it amongst the community to see their opinion and what they want to see as it relates to giving any property to any company. Because to me, this reminds me of the BP capital situation where we gave one organization properties and now we're doing the same. Well, you guys are doing the same by just giving it to the land bank and not vetting it through or letting the people have an opinion of it. I just still feel you should reconsider that. You should not take action tonight on it. It's not too late to change votes or minds, and you should put it under committee like you guys kept saying we should do with block by block, and put it under there so that it can be discussed instead of just voting on it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Before you, Trustee Steves, I'm gonna give her the floor because you spoke first, and then I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Trustee.
So Mayor, as I stated to you before, the land bank is a free option for assisting us with putting the homes back on the tax roll. That's our main goal as of now, since that's their job as in real estate. They are in the real estate profession. So we really at this point want to move forward with letting someone who specializes in this type of work for us handle it. We are going to announce, as I stated at the last meeting, we are going to announce our housing committee in the beginning of January, and then we'll discuss any other programs that we would like to discuss at the time also. So at our next housing meeting, we will discuss other programs, but we do need to move in order to even make the proper arrangements with the land bank. We need to move forward and vote on it. And they've already explained to us that we could tailor some things as we'd like, and we'd have total control. So we still decide what homes we have control over. We'll still decide in terms of us receiving some compensation. So with that being said, again, with it being free and allowing homes to be put on the tax roll, I think that that's our first priority at the moment. I think that's what we're doing by bringing the land bank on, who specializes in this thing. We've had them before. And again, at the next housing meeting, we'll discuss other programs. But at this time, I like to move forward with this because this is a good option. It is a free option, and this is what they specialize in.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. So as you stated, Trustee Norwood, it's an option. So if it's an option, it should be considered at the committee meeting. It should not be considered currently right now. You said it's our first priority to put them back on the tax roll. And our priority should be the people, the residents, should be our first priority, not a company, because what you're saying they specialize in. I'm an entrepreneur. I will always create things before we give anything away to a company or organization. You have 4 months to actually have a committee meeting that you did nothing with. You guys could have called a committee meeting and had this under that and spoke about it before it came here for official vote. So that's my issue. You guys keep saying, let's talk about it, put it on the committee, and then you never have a committee meeting. You guys have total control to have committee meetings, but yet you still choose not to have a committee meeting, but yet you put it on the agenda straight for a vote. And that's what I got a problem with, because we're telling you all the issues that we're having. We're telling you that this company said, and I quote, "I have to keep my lights on," is what the lady said from the land bank, which Intel told us that she is not paying us for any property. All proceeds, all monies, because you keep using the word free because ain't nothing free. All proceeds are going to her organization, which is the land bank, to keep her lights on. I urged the trustees at that meeting to not do this, to put this on pause and vet it through. And then Trustee Steves said, well, we can change it how we want, this and that. Okay, and if that's the case, we had 3 weeks before we had an actual another board meeting to have a housing meeting, to talk it over, to come up with a plan, to say, okay, this is what we want. And if the lady did not agree with it, we should not, I'm saying the trustees should not be agreeing with this, because I don't agree with moving forward with the land bank currently now. I still think you guys should go and vet it through and hear from the people taking the actual vote today. So that's why I'm at with it. Trustee Steves, go ahead.
I want to make it very clear. Remember, you mentioned BP Capital. You voted for BP Capital. You supported it wholeheartedly. Only trustee at that time that disagreed with Trustee House. This is not, BP Capital got 400 houses from us. We're not giving 400 houses to the land bank, and none of that's gonna happen. So I understand you wanna kind of operate in misinformation, but to compare it to BP Capital, which you supported wholeheartedly, this is not BP Capital. We're talking about 10 houses, maybe 10 houses, but we'll get that. We can iron out all the details when that comes through, whenever it comes through. But they can't get no houses without our approval. Nothing. Just because we approve this tonight, what, they're gonna get 300 houses tomorrow? That's not how it works. You know that's not how it works. So, of course, history is best qualified to award your research. You supported BP Capital. You supported all that. You supported every housing program that came through that wasn't no good. So now we want to move forward with this. I understand you want to get the block by block. That's why you keep putting on the agenda, even though it got voted down 3 times. I understand that, but we're gonna move forward with this. You know what I mean? And we will get there. This is not against the residents, against the residents, anything like that. This is something that we decided to move forward on for a minimum amount of houses. Because the last board which you supported went through with 400 houses, even they had an outcry of residents saying, no, I don't want this, I don't want this. This is not the same thing. So it's like, that's like comparing apples to asparagus.
Okay, trustee, you make a lot of untrue statements, and you can reference anything I've ever voted on this board as a trustee, but guess what? Now I am the mayor. So with that being said, the people saw what I did. So when it originally came up, yes, I did support. Then when I saw that they wasn't no good for a community, you saw at every board meeting, he totally against BP Capital. So get the facts right if you're gonna make a statement. Like I said before, I stand on anything I've ever done as I sat here as elected official at the Village Hall. So BP Capital did not get over 400 houses. So that's another untrue statement that you're making to the public. Currently now, we all are fighting to get any property that BP Capital do have or did have back under the Village of Dolton. So I just want it to be clear that BP Capital did not get 400 properties. They did get some properties, but they did not give anything back to the village. That's why when you saw me always advocating for a project or a company, I did my own research and created something for the public, which was called Block by Block, which a lot of people did support. And I don't remember how the votes went, or did you even vote for Block by Block at the time? But I do know Trustee House did. I do know people that was previous trustees did vote for Block by Block. And when the outgoing trustees went out, they voted it down. And yes, I'm gonna keep bringing it back up because it's for the people. It benefits them. It's properties that they can get at discounted rates and put their loved ones in, compared to me saying we should go to a company like you guys are saying. I don't agree with that. I agree with us creating a program and giving the properties back to the residents of Dolton first. And then if something don't work, then you give it to an investor. But right now, it should be the homeowners. You have income tax time coming up. People have a lump sum of money. They can afford a property, whether it's $1 or $5,000. And the reason why it was structured that way, which I was going to talk about.
Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Muted.
What I was saying was that I'm trying to make sure that everyone can get properties here in the village of Dolton as it pertains to the residents of Dolton. I structured a block by block so that everybody can benefit. Right now, it's just a company benefit. And you guys keep saying free, but all I'm saying is relook at it and take a look at what I keep saying, which is the block by block, which a lot of people did support or are in support of as it relates to board members. And let's create something for residents and stop giving away our properties to outsiders is what I'm saying we should do moving forward. I'm gonna just make that statement. I'm gonna leave it where it's at so we can move forward, because we do got a 10 a.m. meeting that I again said the resident voices can't be heard because it's too early. People are at work, so they won't even hear what we're discussing now. I still feel that you guys slipped all this in and put a vote up at 10 a.m. so the residents would know that you guys are giving our property to a company such as the South Suburban Land Bank. We can, excuse me, we can go back and forth over it. That's my stance as it relates to giving a program to the resident and not giving property to the land bank. Anybody else got anything to say so we can move forward? Okay, so let's, Trustee Holmes, okay, go ahead.
I posed a question to this representative of this land bank, and she did.
Okay, Trustee, you're muted. Trustee Holmes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you, go ahead.
Okay, I did pose a question to the representative from the land bank, and she did clearly, for the record, indicate that we would receive zero, nothing. I can't see moving forward just totally giving away these properties. without the constituents' input. I mean, it's just highway robbery to me, because if we're not getting a penny, and I can't see us moving forward if they decide to give up 10 properties, I can't see moving forward with us not gaining 50% of the sale instead of just giving away this property to anybody. Because for the record, she did clearly state we would receive 0.
Mayor, can I be recognized?
Yeah, 1 second. And I totally agree with you, Trustee Holmes. And that's the reason why I'm making a statement in the stands currently now that the representative from the South Suburban Land Bank stated that she had to keep her lights on. That meant that we would not make any money off of any properties that they sell through the land bank. All I'm telling the Board of Trustees currently now is we should go with the block by block program to create something for residents. Give them houses, give them a shot first before we give out our properties to a organization such as South Suburban Land Bank. Go ahead, Trustee House.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor. Like, I feel like we're back Groundhog's Day because we like talk about the same things ad nauseum. But I mean, the representative also mentioned all these things are negotiable. And I would really just kind of encourage all of us go back and watch it. It was a long meeting, but many of the things that were covered before, and maybe we have different understandings of it. But I would suggest let's go ahead and take the vote.
Okay, Trustee House, you out of all people should know better because you are finance. So if anything is negotiable, it should have been done, cleared before it came before a body. I wouldn't vote for nothing before you got a clear understanding of what we're voting on. So if it's negotiable, why don't y'all have it in the package? Why don't y'all have an agreement or understanding of what we about to do or what you guys are giving away? So that's why you getting all the pushback from me because it's no agreement. You want to vote for a company. Y'all got no understanding of what we about to get or do as it relates to the village of Dolton. My goal is to protect the village of Dolton. Your goal should be to protect the village of Dolton, but you guys are not. You guys are giving away the properties without even having a contract or understanding of what we about to do. So we're going to vote someone under contract, say that they can take over the properties, and then y'all have no understanding of the dollar amounts we're going to receive, what we giving away. Y'all have nothing. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think we should do that at all. I don't.
Wait, Mayor,
I could just say, I have an understanding. If you don't have it, I can't force it on you. But I have an understanding and I'm okay with it.
Okay, so Trustee House, you don't have an understanding because your understanding, you just said it's negotiable, which is unacceptable for this board and unacceptable to the residents. If it's negotiable, that means you don't have an understanding. That means that, oh, okay, we might can get money or we might can't get money. That doesn't make sense. It should not be, it's negotiable. It should be, my understanding is we're going to give the land bank 5 properties. We're going to make X amount of dollars, whether it's $20,000, $10,000. That's the understanding. You don't have that understanding. And that's what I'm trying to make everyone see. Is no understanding. Y'all voting blindly. You're voting without having the facts. Who votes on contracts without having anything? It's like buying a house. Hold on, Trustee. It's like buying a house and you don't have no understanding of what you're buying, what you signing on the dotted line. It doesn't make sense. But it's okay. Y'all have the votes. I said enough. I'm gonna move on so we can call the roll. Clerk,
I've got one more statement.
Hold on, Trustee. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone. Clerk Key, you can call the roll so we can move forward so they can vote for the South Suburban Land Bank. You have a motion and you have a second. So
I'm not okay with leaving it alone, being that
do you want to go back and forth for a whole hour? Because that's what y'all tell me. Everyone made, hold on, Trustee. Everyone made a statement. I went through every trustee. Everybody said what they felt, said what they understanding is. All I'm saying now that everybody got it out off their chest. Let's call the roll. You guys are voting for it. Let's call the roll. Clerk Key, call the roll.
I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay. We still have 2 trustees that want to say something.
You just spoke, Trustee.
I asked to speak. Mayor.
Okay, Trustee. Okay, Trustee Brown can't speak. She didn't say anything.
Okay. Only thing I have to say to that is we are taking a vote to move forward. Nothing has been signed, so nothing is etched in stone. No contract has been signed with the land bank between the village of Dolton and the land bank. We're just going forward, taking a vote to move forward. Nothing has been signed. And again, if it's not negotiable, I would not put my John Hancock on it. If it's not negotiable, I'm going to tell the residents that If we're not getting a dime for it, I'm not signing for it. So I'm letting them know, Trustee Brown, if we're not getting any dollars, no, I will not be signing. But we have not signed a contract. We're just voting today to move forward, to sit down with them, but nothing has been signed.
So trustee, if you guys are not voting to give anything or a contract, why can't this wait? What is the urgency to approve it now? If you guys are having a committee meeting, I just heard, what was it, the 17th of this month? Or no, that was the youth, next year of January. Why can't this hold off until next year of January to discuss it amongst the community? Why can't we do that? Why do we have to vote to move forward? I'm just asking, why do we have to vote to move forward?
But I'm just saying, what's the wait? As you stated before, we waited long enough. As you stated,
okay,
we waited long enough.
That.
So I just say, let's get the wheels in motion. Vote to have it, but before we have our meeting, we can be able to sit down with them before our meeting for housing. So that's why we're voting to move forward and have the meeting with them. And when we come back for our January meeting, we can have this information available for the residents.
Okay, but trustee, you got it backwards. You're doing it backwards. You want to vote for them before you have a meeting with the people. It don't work that way. You should talk, you could talk to that company, have that company come out to the meeting to discuss amongst the community what this company is offering. Now you would cross your T's, dot your I's. Right now, y'all not doing it. And like I said,
Mayor,
you putting, hold on, you're putting the cart before the horse. You guys should basically go back and revisit this, not just vote to move forward. That doesn't make sense. You guys can have them at your committee meeting to talk to the residents as it relates to what they want to do, as it relates to a housing initiative. But we're not doing that. We're just voting on it. We're just voting on it because you want to just move forward.
At the end of the day, no contract is signed. Nobody has signed to bring VP. Why not? Why not?
Because I just stated you don't have the opinion.
But I'm just saying, why not? I've talked to them before. It's not like I don't have an understanding. I've talked to them before when we want to bring them on before we even got to this board of trustees. So I have a great understanding of it. When we sold Taco Bell, we got money off that land that was sold for Taco Bell. So I know it's negotiable. It's all about what we put together. It's not like we can't get anything. We can. We got funding from that land sold for Taco Bell. So it's there. We're just voting to move forward. Nobody has signed a contract and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. You're going to get all these properties and you're going to go for it. No, I'm sure no trustee wants to see what we've seen in the past, that these properties are given away with nothing coming back from them. I'm not talking about tax money. That's down the line. I know nobody wants to see that. I definitely don't want to see that. And I'm sure you don't either.
Right. That's why you hear me speaking to what I'm speaking to. I don't want to see that. So that's why I'm saying hold your vote. Wait to talk to the people, because that's what y'all always say, but y'all not doing it. Talk to the community first, then vote on it. That don't make sense to vote on it, then talk to the community. We already made the decision for the people. Talk to the people first. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. But I see that everybody got their mind made up on what they're going to do. So let's call the roll. Clerk Key, call the roll as relates to approving South Suburban Land Bank. And then what does the contract say? We don't even have nothing we voting on, but call the roll, Clerk Key.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Present.
Trustee Holmes.
No, bring it to the community first.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, so what's the numbers, Clerk Key? Because I heard present and one no, and what else?
The numbers are 5 ayes, 1 nay.
No, she voted present. Trustee Belcher, did you vote yes or you voted present?
Belcher, are you present or are you?
I voted present. I know what I voted. I voted present.
So let me rephrase that. 4 ayes, 1 nay, and 1 present.
All right.
The motion passed.
Well, just that's why I asked her to read it, because I heard what you said, because that's how I voted sometimes. So basically you voted present, you didn't give a yes or no answer. So she voted that she's present for the meeting, so everybody understand what that means. So 1 no and 4 yays. So motion passed. Okay, moving on. Next, under new business, approval of proposal for 2021 audit. Trustee House.
This was not actually put, I think Administrator Brown had put this on the original agenda. I don't have any information on this.
You guys had changed the agenda. Normally the people names are bad who basically does it. So Minister Brown, are you on?
I'm on, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, yes. I did send out the RFP for bids for the April 30th, 2021 audit, and we received only one bid, and that bid is from the CPA firm that had previously done the audit for the village, Lauterbach and Amen LLP, and they bid it. Their bid is under the budgeted amount that the village has budgeted for the audit. So it comes to $42,000. So I would recommend to the board that we approve Lauterbach, because we are past due in getting this audit started.
All right. Before I do discussion, can I have a motion to approve? You said Lauterbach?
Lauterbach, Bach, and Amen LLP.
Can I have approval to approve Lauterbach for the audit, to do the 2021 audit? Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, there's a motion and second. Any discussion?
Mayor, I have one question I want to ask Administrator Brown. Was that included in the packet? I didn't see it in our original packet, so I may have overlooked it.
It is not. It is not. I'll forward that to you. They sent booklets, but I can take it apart and scan it, or at least the pricing page, if you like. Let me just give more detail on the 42. The audit itself is $36,000. The single audit is $3,000. According to Chris, this year, because of our receiving the federal grant of 1.5, the ARPA money, we do qualify. No, I'm sorry, it's probably the 700,000. We do qualify for a single audit now. Previously, we did not, so we will have to have a single audit. And then there's 1,500 if, in fact, we decide to apply for the GFOA certificate, the Government Finance Officers Administration Association certificate, and then it's another 1,500 for submission. So if we don't submit those two 1,500s, then the amount for the audit will just be $39,000. So, but I can forward that to you, to all of you. I can take the booklet apart and send the entire proposal, or just the fee schedule, whichever one you would like.
Administrator Brown, you only have one hard copy of that booklet?
I have 3.
Okay.
They gave 3.
Is it possible I can get one?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I can add them in their mailboxes. Yeah, just put all the copies in their mailbox.
Okay, I'll take a copy and put it in the mailbox. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, is there, did I do motion? Is there a motion?
Already done.
Okay, so any other discussion? All right, can you call the roll?
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, what's the count? 6?
The count is 6.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have approval of 3 referendum questions to be voted on by the residents of Dolton on June 28, 2022. First one is a referendum establishing a recall mechanism, which would allow the electoral to recall and remove the village president, mayor of the village of Dolton. And then the second question is a referendum recalling and removing myself, Tiffany A. Hinyard, and as village president, mayor of the village of Dolton. And I think I told you guys, just spell my name out And when y'all do amend it by saying AIESHA, my whole full name. And then the third one is a referendum to implement policies and actions to promote governmental cooperation to enhance public safety, economic development, and beautification efforts for the village of Dolton. Is there a motion? Is there a motion to approve B, the 3 referendum questions?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, there's a motion and second. Any discussion? Okay. Do anybody
Who
want
of you guys spoke at the same time? Can you tell me who second?
Trustee Belcher motioned it and Norwood seconded.
Thank you.
And no one, do anyone have any discussion?
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
Sure, go ahead. You breaking
Your
up?
phone going.
Trustee, you are breaking up.
We had this conversation as a special board meeting with committee on the iPad, so I don't know. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we heard. Yep.
Okay, so we had a conversation on Monday in reference to the committee of the whole and discussion about this. I know that you kind of went around the board of asking everybody, why do we feel we should be putting these referendum questions on the board? You saying that you haven't did anything wrong, you know, this is that. And Monday, I stated, you proved my point, but I think that after speaking to several residents over the last 48 hours, I would just like to give a little bit more detail so that those that don't know why some of the concerns are being brought up in reference to this mechanism of a recall. Over the last 6 months, there has been a very, I'll say hostile board, mayor versus trustees, and I'll say it at that. But at the end result, our goal is always to make sure that we're doing what's best for the village of Dolton. There are several ordinances that you have been in violation of. We've sent emails about it. I actually sent emails about it, and you're constantly doing it. There's been a directive that's been given to you. You're still doing what you want to do. You made a statement the other day about you stopped putting our names on flyers because we don't attend meetings or events or however festivities that you have, when of course over the last 6 months, out of 17 flyers, only one had the board of trustees on there. And of course, if you let me share my screen, I can pull them all up if you need me to. You make decisions based solely upon yourself. We are inclusive. It should be the board of trustees and the mayor versus just you making decisions. There was an ordinance passed with advice and consent outside of the directive of the hiring and consent. And then when it's questioned about these people being hired prior to that date, you guys are altering documents. And I'm going to say that because Chris sends us a report monthly. So if anybody was hired prior to that time, they would have been on the report. So if those reports are not accurate, then we have a concern of the validity of a lot of stuff that's going on. We had a conversation in finance in reference to spending, the spending with the events, the spending with moving money, the spending with how things are being documented. If we vote on something and we're voting on something out of a line item, if the line item is being changed or moved, then that is something that should be presented to us, because once we vote on it, it should be official. Those are just minimum things that has been going on. So I was kind of reluctant to say something, but I think that people need to know exactly what's going on. So when we talk about the direction of the board, you're not doing anything illegal and that type of thing, when you're constantly violating ordinances that are legal documents of the village of Dolton, that draws a concern for me. So that's my position on why I feel that I am in total support of this mechanism for recall at this time. I release. Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna respond to that, but I'll get to that. I'll be last. Anybody else?
Yeah, Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yep, go ahead.
Mayor, in regards, because I hear often, and even I heard you bring up the retreat, and us all getting on one page, because I think that's our goal as trustees and the mayor. And from the very beginning, I know that compromise has always been a concern with you in regards to your leadership. I feel as if you're the mayor. The mayor is ultimately the leader, and every good leader has to know how to follow. Also, I think that you use your platform as a dictatorship as opposed to working with the board. I feel like you have your things that you want to put into action, and you never even discuss them with the board. And I think that that's majority of our problem. I think that my first alarm came with the overspending, was with the inauguration. I know you stated that you made history, and that was good. But when I seen $14,000 on the warrant list, that was appalling to me, when normally past administrations and everyone all around the board normally spends about $1,000 on inauguration. So I think that my concern is also the overspending. I remember when we went over the budget, it came time for us to discuss the budget. I know that the trustees could have proposed the budget, but we allowed you to do so just as a means of compromising. We allowed you to do so. I know that when it came to the administration part of the budget, we all had some concerns. I know that you wanted to spend about $550,000 in terms of that part, and we wanted to go with about $250,000. So I said to you, well, hey, Mayor, how about we compromise? Can we meet in the middle? Because we're kind of concerned about the spending. And you stated to me that you didn't want to compromise, and you didn't. So I guess that's pretty much my concerns, the overspending, even with the fireworks. I know that I was in agreement with the fireworks, and it was stated, you asked the board for $5,000 towards the fireworks. We obliged, but then when we look at the warrant list, we see $7,000 in spending for fireworks. And when I look at the event budget, we just had a finance meeting, and we asked Chris where we are with the event budget. When we asked in August, we was at $30,881.80. But when we just checked, he said as of October, our total was $25,388.27. So I have two concerns with that. My main concern is we're only 6 months into the budget, and we're pretty much exhausted it. And then my second concern with that is when the items were moved, I just feel like as if we should have been notified. If we're board as trustees, and our job is to manage finances and to oversee the money, then when something is changed with the money, I think that we should be notified. So that's my concern, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, Trustee Holmes here.
Yes, go ahead, trustee.
I still, we all elected officials. We all have knowledge. And I think we still should come around the table, sit down face to face, and talk, negotiate, speak on, things we need to do as a unit. So as I stated the other day, I'm not in support of recalling a clerk, a trustee, or a mayor, because we all are knowledgeable to keep this village moving. That's where I stand.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? No one else? Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this, and they told me don't be long-winded today, but you guys put it up for a vote. I'm so happy that the board is changed here in the village of Dolton. It's related to the old unit that was once before us. Community came out in droves and voted for a new government body, a new direction. And then not only that, a younger board. We all are young in age. I can't say why, but we are young in age, and I'm just happy that I'm able to do the great things for my town. I was a trustee for 8 years, and then I became mayor, making history. And there never has ever been a woman mayor in the village of Dolton. So the crazy part about all of this is I ran with 2 people here. And I've said this and I'll say it again. So it's on the record for a voting meeting. I ran with Trustee House and I ran with Trustee Belcher. And I told them this and I'll tell them again. Everyone came to me for my support. I gave it. Everyone came to me for my base. I've given that. The crazy part is these people are individuals I once called friends. People that I wouldn't have thought in a million years will sit here and put up a recall against myself. I've done nothing wrong. I've said this several times. I haven't done anything as it relates to theft, corruption, briberies, kickbacks, nothing. So normally when you want to recall anyone, you have all those issues. The things that you guys are speaking of are of personal issues with me, just like I have personal issues with you. But as a leader, you don't hear me saying, I got this, and that. I go down the line on each and every one of y'all, and y'all know I can. I've done it. But I'm not doing that today to say your flaws or what I don't like or what y'all didn't vote for or anything. But I will say this. As it relates to Trustee Belcher was stating, I was violating ordinances and things of that nature. Untrue statement. We argue over minute things that I feel could have been fixed, rectified, but no trustee wanted to do anything as relates to fixing our broken home. I've tried to reach out to you guys. I've tried to do retreat with you guys. None of y'all wanted to do any of it. You won't even answer the phone for me. And that is my issue as it relates to being your leader, to pick up the phone when I call. When I'm calling, I'm not calling to kiki with any of you. I'm calling to talk business, and that is village business, whether it's a shooting in town, whether it's to see how you feel about an item on the agenda, but none of y'all call, y'all all run, and that's my issue. I've called, set up to meet with Brittany one time, and she told me, meet at Village Hall. I did that, met her here, and she ran and told me, Mayor, not right now, okay, I'll call you. It didn't happen. So when y'all tell the whole truth. But I don't want to get into the minutia of all of that because I can do that another given time of each and every last one of you. So, violation of ordinances. You guys are in complete violation of the ordinances that are on the books now. We have an ordinance that states meetings of how they are structured and when they happen. The ordinance states, and I can recite this, we have one board meeting on the 1st and 3rd of every Monday of each and every month, unless it's a holiday or something wrong. When this happened, the first Monday is a voting meeting. The 3rd Monday is a discussion meeting, a cow. You guys wanted to do the recall so bad that you sat here and created basically a cow meeting on Monday before the actual voting meeting to talk about the 3 referendum questions. It should have went like it always goes, the structure, at the 3rd Monday of the month, but you guys chose to create your own laws and make up your own thing to benefit self. And that's what I have a problem with this board. You guys make up things all the time just to benefit self. It does not get vetted through the proper channel. You guys do not follow the laws as it stands now, but yet you point out what you guys have a problem with me as the mayor, and that's a problem for me. And the reason why it's a problem is we all got elected by the people. That's what y'all keep failing to realize. The people elected us. Let me remind you, I've gotten 82% of the vote. That means that what? Residents wanted me as their mayor and they wanted a change for Dolton. As I stated in the previous meeting on Monday, I've been doing nothing but that. I've been doing nothing but rebuilding Dolton. Residents are actually happy with the things that's taking place. As it relates to my board, you guys have a problem with little things, and that's what retreats are for. And everyone has told me several different times, Mayor, can y'all not display your business over this outlet? This outlet is strictly for us to handle the business at hand. And we're not doing that, trustees, because when y'all got a problem, y'all come with it. Y'all come here to podcast that problem you may have with myself. Can you mute your phone? Thank you. So when it comes to attacks on myself, because I could cry me a river just like you guys are, the board didn't help or protect me as their mayor. You guys all banded together and didn't want me to have security or detail. And some of the trustees, and I quote this to Trustee Belcher, were showing up at my house, doing malicious acts, recording my home. All kinds of threats came from people on my board. That's the crazy part that residents don't know. It's my own board attacking me. And the bad part about it is people need to stop letting things like this get in the way of government. Because at the end of the day, we are all people. We on borrowed time. We are bench warmers. And I say that all the time. These seats are borrowed. Some of y'all won't even be here at the next cycle. So for us to sit here and take this as we just own these seats and it's forever, nothing's forever. So stop attacking people or sitting here making people believe differently when at the end of the day, it's at the own discretion of my board as related to my security. So I do have security and I'll continue to have security because of the attacks on myself. Flyers, I've stated that. I've done flyers in the beginning. It said myself in, I don't know if it said Board of Trustees or if it said exactly Dolton, the Village of Dolton. It said one of them, but it was a together thing. I stopped putting people on the flyers simply because my board wasn't supporting any initiative that I was doing. But remember, when I was running and when I was a trustee, everybody was supporting everything. Everybody was showing up again because everybody wanted to talk to my base. But when it came mayor, no one wanted to show up to any collaborative events or show support to the people. Because when I do the events, it's for the people. Y'all say my events because I'm the one created the event. No one give money to the events. No one give their time to the events. No one does anything, meaning as it relates to the trustee, as it relates to anything that I put forth. And I'm saying I put forward because at the end of the day, y'all get mad when I say I or me. When you give a report, it's coming out of my mouth. So I'm saying my report, the mayor's office and my staff. So you got to stop being in your feelings about little things like that, because at the end of the day, I will always deliver to the people and make sure I continue doing what's right. 1 second. You guys stated that I just make decisions on myself. I make decisions as it relates to moving the village forward. If I cannot get a hold of anyone or something that's needed to be done or is of urgent matter, it gets decided on because I run the day-to-day operations. As relates to anything you guys are supposed to give your opinion on, supposed to have a say-so on, it comes before the board. It gets voted on. But the day-to-day operation, staff, things like that, that's solely up to me. But my thing was to have a relationship with everybody and talk about everything that's going on in the village. But when I keep calling y'all and y'all not saying anything or not picking up calls, I have a problem with that. So why am I calling and no one wants to fix anything that I'm stating? When I've asked for streets to get paid, when I asked for alleys to get paid, when I asked for different things, it was always a pause or hesitation, or we take it off of the actual board meeting and then we'll put it on the committee meeting. It was like always your way. So I did it. Y'all did it y'all way. But at the end of the day, it came from the mayor's office. So then you get mad when I own up to the things that I've created, done. But yes, it takes a team to do everything. And my team are great. The staff here, man, I love them to death. They do circles around the previous administration because right now we have structure, which we never had before. So I also have a problem with people making untrue statements. You guys will talk about the hiring process. The hiring process did not happen the way everyone keep claiming it does, Trustee Belcher. You're saying that we hired and we manipulated paperwork for what? I don't have to manipulate anything when guess what? I am the person that does the hiring. Before you change the ordinance, right? It was granted, it was solely the mayor. So why would I have to implement paperwork if it was solely me to hire individuals? So that's what I'm saying, that everyone just say what they want up here, make exaggerations, lie about whatever. I never changed any paperwork. I don't have to because I was the one that was over hiring. So normally you just hire someone, they come and they work. And what people don't fail to realize is when they start, y'all don't see them within a time frame when y'all change the ordinance, and you might see them a month later or 2 weeks later. Number one, some people had a previous job and they either left their job or they was about to retire. And then by the time y'all see them, y'all think that we just started them then. They've been hired, they've been processed. It's just they had to wait or give their job a 2 weeks notice, or some people a month notice before they actually started with the village. So all I'm saying is sometimes people got to use common sense and quit just assuming everyone's doing something wrong. I didn't get in this position to be a hinder to anyone or not get things done. I ran solely because I truly care about Dolton. I grew up here. I have a 2-year-old daughter that I'm trying to allow to grow up here in Dolton, and that's why I'm in government, because I want to fix it. I want to fix the problems we have and have a better understanding for everyone in Dolton, the residents included. I speak to my daughter because think about it, you have to raise a child here in Dolton, but if her mom's in government and I'm saying I'm going to fix it so things can be better and she can see a brighter future, she can go to the parks and she can stand outside and all the things that's going on. That's what I vow to do, fix Dolton. Other than that, you can move and go anywhere. As it relates to spending, I spent within my budget all the time. You guys keep saying, I'm spending out of budget. If it's in the budget, you have discretion to spend the money in the budget. That's what we've been doing. And when y'all keep talking about inauguration or other bills and the amounts, I kept telling y'all, when y'all kept reciting the numbers, y'all had it wrong. That's not true. That's not true. I've always gotten money or sponsors to come to the Village of Dolton and sponsor anything that we normally have. Now, if it's something left over, you will see it on the warrant list because we didn't have enough money to do in that event or something like that. But I take money out of my pocket. I take money from the budget, and then sponsors give the village money. It's checks on file. So I just want everybody to know that. And then, Belcher, you're always saying that people not giving you documentation, something's wrong. I wish you stopped doing that because that's not true. Every trustee, and this is at the direction of the mayor, has access to every financial document since y'all went and did the, I think it was a class or something. I added y'all to it because I wanted you guys to know and have transparency. You guys have access to that. But then you come on here and you grandstand about what you don't got, what for you. You don't need none of that because guess what? All you got to do is log in and you see every account or everything y'all trying to find. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can't use it or don't understand how to navigate it, that's different. You should call Derek, set up an appointment with IT and learn how to utilize the system that y'all have access to. So stop telling people hide things, nothing to hide when you got access to what everything the employees see here in the Village of Dolton. So I want to just clear that up. Last but not least, the inauguration. Yes, we had inauguration and we spent funds. Yes, the board approved it. Again, when you guys approve it, then y'all get mad, then y'all want to talk about the approval, but you guys approved the expenditures. Y'all approved whatever that went out of here. So it's like, what is there to discuss when the board approves everything that's going on in the town? But yet y'all point the finger instead of seeing the three that's pointing back at you. I just need you guys to actually talk more and stop acting as though it's just me and y'all don't take no responsibility as nothing that's going on. It's just the mayor. And the last and final thing I will say before I get off my soapbox is that a recall is illegal. And the reason why I keep saying it's illegal, most people don't know my history. So in I keep missing the dates of 15, 16, it was a recall done on myself, Trustee Brown, and Trustee Stan Brown, and also Robert Hunt. We went to court, we did the fighting, we did all of that. And that's why I reference to y'all attorney that y'all have now. They was the one that did the recall with the previous mayor, Ralph Rogers. It got basically thrown out. They didn't win the recall. It couldn't happen. It is illegal to recall elected official because guess what? If it was so popular, everybody will recall everyone in the state of Illinois because everyone got a problem either with their board, their commissioners, their state reps, anybody. So I don't like the fact that just because you guys have a problem with me, you just want to recall me. I told y'all last meeting, put everybody up. And then let's see who survived at the end. Put everybody on the recall, including the trustees, including the clerk. And you guys should know better than anything. When the mayor tried to do term limits, they did term limits on him. And what I mean by that is he got termed out. So it can't be just for one and not for all, is what I'm saying. You guys' opinion of a recall is not right because it's supposed to go to who? The people. People normally wait until an election. That's why everybody waits to an election. And then you call that a recall, and then you recall someone's seat by trying to remove them from office. You don't do it mid-live. I've been in office 6 months, 6 months. And this is how my board of trustees think. This is what's going on. I just don't think it's right. I don't. I think you guys should reconsider this. And I know that the hatred or the dislike for me is going to be stronger than anything. And y'all still going to vote and pass it. but I just wanted to like hint on some of the things. And they telling me to wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up. Hint on some of the things that were just spoken of and let you guys know the truth behind it from my side. So basically, you guys say your side, I say my side, and now it goes to the public to decipher what's right, what's wrong. Just like before you go before a judge get both sides before they actually move forward. You guys didn't get my side. You guys just said whatever your opinion was, and then y'all made and created a law and want to vote on it. You never sat down with me before this. You never talked to me, asked me how I felt about it, or can anything be fixed before this? You guys just wanted to vote on it and put the 3 referendum questions up. So you have every right to do what you want as trustees, because at the end of the day, you guys do legislate. I do think it's disheartening to not put it before the body, which is the people, the residents, and went out and got signatures to actually truly see what the residents think of a recall. Because when we was out, people was telling me to recall trustees. I told them, I think when a person earns their seat, they should keep their seat. And then when it comes time to remove anybody from office, you have the right to do that when their term expires. Otherwise, I would have had your names on a recall. I did not do that because I believe in that, number one. And number two, it is solely illegal to do a recall on anyone because you guys, number three, haven't done nothing wrong in my eyes as it relates to corruption or theft or anything like that. So I'm gonna leave it there and let you guys have your way with item B. So
Mayor.
Okay. Hold on. Before you two speak, because you two spoke first. Anybody else got a statement or a comment before I allow them to speak? Because once they're done, we're going to call the roll and move forward.
May I just have one statement? This is Trustee Brown.
Go ahead, Trustee.
It's not about the going back and forth and all of that. And you let me know about the homicides. It's not about that. My concern is when we don't let the residents know what's going on. No, the residents don't know what's going on. If there's a homicide, if there's a shooting in my block or something takes place, you know how I find out? I find out through Facebook. Other people sending text messages. Those homicides that happened during the holiday weekend, my sister told me. So it's not about, you calling me and telling me, which you didn't call me and tell me. I found out through Facebook, and I in turn sent the email to the chief of police. So my concern is, we want to talk about residents knowing and residents doing. Let's make sure the residents are informed about everything. That's my concern. Thank you.
Okay. And Trustee, just a comment to your statement, and then I'll leave it alone. If you answer your phone when I call, you and I would definitely have a better relationship, and we will have some kind of dialogue moving forward so that now when these things happen, you guys will be aware of it. But if you're not aware of it, it can't be just because the mayor didn't call or mayor didn't say anything. It's because you guys failed to call me back or answer anything that I'm sending out. And secondly, committee meetings. Committee meetings are strictly for this as well, as relates to letting the public know what's going on. You all are over everything. Fire, police, Melanie, y'all all got y'all units. So you guys have more committee meetings. People will know what's going on in the town as well. So it's other outlets to making sure the public knows what's going on.
But Mayor, I stated that in the committee meeting. I brought that up in a policing meeting to the chairperson and the police chief. How are we going to inform the residents? As of today's date, I still have no answer. So I did bring that question up to them at the committee meeting. And today, as of today, I still don't have an answer.
Okay, well, from my understanding, they are informing the residents. So I don't know anything about them not informing the residents. And I know trustee homes always have committee meetings and talk about crime, and y'all talk about the issues that's going on in town. So that's a false statement that you're making. Because I do know one thing about trustee homes is he go out and he gets the job done. He educates the public on what's going on. He sent flyers out. He door knocks. I'm normally with them. So for you to make that statement, that's untrue. So I don't know where you get your signals at when they get mixed up somewhere. And
well, I'm going to stand on that statement. I have yet to hear from trustee Holmes as well. So I'm going to stand on that statement that I just made. Thank
okay,
you.
then I'm gonna clear something else up too. Collins, where is it? Chief Collins, he's been really good at door knocking. If he do foot patrol every week. So that's why I'm making my statement. I think he make their statement, I'm making mine so I could clear it up for the department head. Trustee Holmes, he can speak to it as well, that we always on the street. So that's not true. Now you guys might get a handful of people or people that might work or don't even care about what's going on in Dolton, might see you in passing or call you, but them untrue statements. Because one thing about my administration, they do their job and they always on the street and they are very visible. I will say that. Okay.
I would definitely email Chief Collins on the statement here today. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
I would like to make a statement.
Yeah, go ahead, Trustee.
I'm making Trustee Henyard. Mayor Henyard. You do not call the trustees. Come on, kind of stop with the misinformation. Last time you called me was 3
I'm gonna let you get it
ago.
out. Go ahead, go ahead.
Last time you called me was 3 weeks ago about a vote. You don't call Trustee Belcher, Trustee Brown. Can any trustee on here say the last time this mayor called anybody? Just stop with the misinformation. You do not reach out to us. You do not. That's just a false statement that you can be proven with phone records. You don't call us. You don't get our input on nothing. So that's just not true, period. So if you want to talk, call me today. Call me tomorrow. Call me anytime I pick up. So stop putting the misinformation. You don't call us. So you're saying all the trustees are lying, saying so you're saying you did call us. We're all just lying. That's not true. We don't call. Any other trustee can attest to this. Does a mayor call anybody?
Okay. You finished, Trustee?
I'm finished.
Hold on 1 minute. You finished, Trustee Steve?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay. You all people know better than that. Since tell that bald-faced lie. You and I have the same mutual friends. So if your mutual friend and my mutual friends are lying about me reaching out to y'all or them coming to you saying call mayor back, the mayor's trying to reach you, like stop that. Because if you want to call them, let's put them out here and then they'll tell the truth. Because that's a lie. I've called all of you guys. None of you pick up. Nobody pick up. Trustee Belcher, I already know you're gonna pick up for me, but I call you too. So yes, I do my phone records. I don't have to lie about calling your phone. What am I lie about that for? And we send emails. So it's different types of communication. That's it with that. Okay, so we'll go to Norwood. What's happening? We'll go to Norwood and then we'll go to Belcher, then we will conclude. Okay, go ahead.
Just real fast, Mayor. I mean, you stated that, just speaking of calling me, you don't call me. The last time you called me, you actually just brought up a meeting that you and I had. I was actually on my way to a showing, and when you asked, could you meet me? I still rearranged the showing and I met with you. You said I ran. I said to you when I met with you, I said, hey, Mayor, let's talk about what you have to discuss because I have to show and I already rearranged it for you so that we could meet. So I just think that it's funny that you sit here and act as if we didn't have a discussion when you brought up block by block to me at that moment. And I said to you then, Mayor, I'm not in agreement with block by block. I said, as a realtor, I feel as if we should not be in the real estate business in regards to for investors, giving them the properties for $1 and then waiting for them to rehab the property. And then we get a portion of it. I said to you then, I said, Mayor, as a realtor, I know all types of problems that can happen with that. I said, what if, and I asked you, I said, well, Mayor, what happens if they don't rehab the project? What if they don't complete it? You said that we'll get the property back. I said to you then, I said, well, even if we get the property back, we still have to correct the rehab. So we're still out, is what I was explaining to you. So I stated to you at that time that I was against the block, and I explained to you why. And that's the last time you called me. You called me, I met with you, and that was it. We discussed that, and we discussed the class 8. Mayor, hello? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm here. Go
okay.
ahead.
Okay, never mind, Mayor. Your attention's to me somewhere. So thank
you. Are you done?
Yeah. So just for the record, I didn't run. We finished our conversation. I did have to go to my showing, like I said to you in the beginning. I explained to you that I was against block. I explained to you why, and that was the end. So thank you, Mayor. Again, you have not called me. I don't have a reason to not accept your calls. As I stated to you before, it's just the untrue statements that you make time and time again that causes the rift between us. It's compromise and honesty, Mayor. But thank you.
Okay, everything you said is not true. All right, we need a 5-minute break. So I need to break away for 5 minutes, and then I'll go to Belcher. I already know where we're leading off at, and then we'll conclude and call a roll. So let's do 5-minute break. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, Trustee Belcher, go ahead. You have the floor.
Mayor, I don't want to make this long. I don't want to even go back and forth. I would like to say just a couple of things. For one, I wish you stop saying that if you call me, I won't answer the phone, because that's not true. I really think that what has happened between us is more, you keep saying it's personal. I don't even think it's personal. I think it's a bearer of communication. I would appreciate it though if you stop saying that I came to your house, video your house on malicious intent. I came to your block because they said that you had a police detail out there to see if it was actually out there. And I spoke to a resident. So if you want to say things, please make sure that you're saying, I'm saying this in the most professional way possible, because at this point, I think that you're trying to assassinate my character because I don't have no reason to come to your house. If I was coming to your house, I'm coming to your house to visit. And so I don't have no reason to come to your house. But for you to constantly keep saying that, I think that's bad. I do appreciate the fact that if you keep saying that I'm telling lies about not getting documents and information, please tell me why I have not received the FOIA. I don't care if I can look at it 1,000 different ways. If I requested something in a legal formality, I should be able to receive those documents just as I gave it. You keep saying once I bring it up that it's within the clerk's office. The clerk is on here. Clerk Key has stated that she's asked Janice about it several times. It's supposed to be approved by the mayor, and the mayor has not released the information to give to me. So I don't care about, I know exactly how to maneuver the board. My viewpoint, I went to the training, so I'm well aware of how to get the information. But if I put it in a FOIA, which was way before we even got this system, I should be entitled to that information. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, if you decide that you want to actually pick up the phone and call me, I don't have no problem answering. I probably would be entertained that you even picked up the phone to call me, but you have not called me. I release. Thank you. You have a good day.
Okay. Just for the record, so residents know how this works, FOIAs are strictly done by the clerk's office. It has nothing to do with the mayor. So when you keep adding me to the FOIA process, I got nothing to do with any FOIAs. I do my stuff. I could care less about a FOIA. So when you need to get a FOIA, you need to comment with the clerk. Check with the clerk of why you ain't got it or has gone, but I got nothing to do with that. As relates to, I think you say I'm assassinating your character. You do that very well by yourself. I don't have to assassinate anything. Just know that. For the record, I keep saying this, you did come to my house for ill will intent. And what I'm saying is, if that was the case, trustee, you should have met me at the giveaway where I was giving away uniforms. You popping up at my house want to do videos and nutball stuff. What I'm saying to you is y'all take things too far. Instead of trying to help me, because you could have came to the event and helped and gave away uniforms and gifts and all kinds of stuff that we gave away today, belts, school supplies. That's what I was doing. I wasn't even there. So what I'm saying that didn't make sense for you to even show up at my house. That's why the resident on my block checked you, because she felt that you was being disrespectful and doing ill will things as related to myself or causing my whole entire block safety concerns. So I didn't appreciate that. And to this day, I still don't appreciate that. And I will keep telling you that. And I want the people to know that you did do that. And that's not right or fair to me.
Now
so,
you're being a liar, because that's not what happened.
Hold on,
so I was trying
hold on. When I quiet, wasn't I quiet? Okay, go ahead. You done? Because wasn't I quiet when you did? And then learn Robert rules of orders. I keep telling you.
You always talking about right. You're being a liar now again.
I have the floor. You do not have the floor, trustee. You are out of order. As always, like I said, you assassinate your own character. So with that being said, we're going to move forward. I still think this is not right on what you guys are trying to do, but we're going to vote and move forward so we can continue with our agenda. Can you call the roll?
Mayor, may I comment very quickly on the FOIA process? Yes, I am responsible for all FOIAs that come into the village hall. What I need everyone to understand is when I receive a FOIA request, it's usually requesting information from within the village, from various departments, what have you. If there's something that pertains to the clerk's office, I can't provide that information directly. But 99% of the time, that information is going to other departments, and I depend on them to return that information to me so that I can provide the information to the requester. If I do not receive that information, I cannot return it to the requester. And I just want to make that clear. Thank you.
All right, call the roll, clerk, please.
I will call the roll. Trustee Steve.
Can you read into record what they're voting for?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yep.
And I'm looking for my notes. I want to call into order 3 referendum questions to be voted by the residents of Dolton on June 28th, 2022. Do I need to read each referendum?
No, you have to read each question, but I guess I put it back out there to the Board of Trustees. Would you guys like to amend this to add the trustees and the clerk for recall? Or y'all just want it to solely be the mayor? Anybody want to amend it? Okay, got it. Go ahead, Clerk Key.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye, 3 times.
Trustee Holmes,
No.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Trustee House. Trustee House, you're still muted. Is Trustee House on?
He should be, Clerk. He had to get on using his cell phone. So he should be, Ontario said he allowed him back in. So he should be, but it's via his cell phone.
Oh, Jason, I think he asked to be let back in. I'm sorry. Did we let Jason back in?
Trustee House, are you there?
I mean, Trustee House.
Trustee House, are you there? Okay, well, you can come back to him and get his vote.
Okay.
He wanted to ask the host to let him in, Mayor, if you can. Ask Ontario to let him in.
He's coming back in.
Okay.
Are you connected, Trustee House?
Yes, I am now.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Clerk Key.
I just need to get your vote to move forward with the referendum. Thank you.
Okay.
Motion passed, 5 ayes, 1 nay.
All right. Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is approval of Location Finders International Redevelopment Agreement Extension. Who put this on here? I don't know.
We're gonna, I want to remove that off the agenda. That's something that Attorney Vasselli is working on with the developer.
Okay.
Jimmy was just on a second ago. He was trying to log in from his conference because I just sent them. There he is.
Hi, everyone. I am out of town. I apologize. I am at a real estate conference. I ran up because I heard that there were 2 items that may need my attention. I will run back down. I apologize. I'm in my hat right now, but I was at the conference. But I have been working with both the mayor and Trustee House on this issue. We will have feedback for a cow and then a regular board meeting in the short-term future. Thank you.
Okay, and then for the record, for that item, you guys should put it out for RFP to get someone else to bid on it as well. I see that you just got 1 developer there. Put it out for RFP. Okay, next on the agenda, you got ordinance 21, approving the application by 1401 Sibley for a Class A. Attorney Chante, is that you or is that Jimmy?
That was Jimmy as well, and he's going in and out, but he's back.
I'm sorry, everyone. Like I said, I am out of town. So it's my understanding that a Class 8 incentive was on a prior cow for Dolton Bowl. Dolton Bowl, as you all know, is a business that has been generally family friendly for the last 20 years in the village. I was told that they needed this incentive to stay in business. As you are aware, there was a prior incident there, and the thought would be that if they did have an incentive, they could modify their business model, shorten their hours, and allow for, again, a more family-friendly atmosphere on there. The Class 8, if you're not aware, is a county incentive that requires local recommendation before going forward. I mean, I guess that's it. Obviously, the resolution to a certain extent speaks for itself.
All right, is there a motion to approve Class 8 for Dolton Bowl?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I got one quick question for Attorney Vasselli.
Sure, go ahead.
Is there, being that they've been in business for a long time, it's okay to give them Class 8? Is there going to be new development? From my understanding, you got a Class 8 with this new development or any type of improvements going on over there.
And we're going to follow up with them with regards to how they're going to recirculate their money. The one thing that I would like to remember, and Trustee, good question, is I'd like them to follow up. It's a county incentive. So we are going to make sure that they apply to the county under the county rules, and it's ultimately it's a determination by this county if the incentive is given. Now, Of course, we are a condition precedent. We have to make this recommendation. But we are going to, upon the approval of this letter, we will ask them for specifics. Let me take one step back. Upon approval of this resolution, we will ask for specifics as to how they're going to use their increased revenue with the decreased tax bills. Would that help get some clarification on that for you, Trustee Steve?
Yes, because I remember, because the same owners of Dolton Bowl own the soccer dome, right?
That's correct.
And I know they've been wanting to get some type of tax relief over there for years. But I remember the holdup was you have to be doing some type of new development or something like that.
Correct. And we're going to ask for that, and we're going to make sure that they put that in their county application, of which our recommendation is a condition precedent to receive. They can't go forward without this resolution. And then so it might be easier, Trustee, if I go through a timeline. Assume you approve it. We send them a letter. The letter says, please document to us and in your county application how you're going to use this money to increase or augment your business operations. We get that letter and that goes over to the county as well.
Okay. Now, is this a little premature? We have to pass this because usually we pass this after the Class 8 has already been approved through the county. Is this a little?
No, Trustee, that is respectfully, that's the exact opposite way.
Okay.
To go forward, you need the local approval or local recommendation for the county approval.
Right.
Okay. All right. I know they've been needing tax relief over there for a while. Dolton Bowl and the soccer dome.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Attorney, I got a question.
Of course, Trustee.
This is just for that, because I know they own both, but this is just for that one property, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And if there's any issue with the pins, Trustee, if you want us to, in that letter, we'll make sure it's clear. We'll put in the letter that we want to make clear that this is for Dolton Bowl, and any other relief for any other property would come under separate application. We could put that in the letter as well.
Okay. All right. I mean, I do know that we had them at a meeting before, and I know that they were trying to get some reduction with their taxes. So I just wanted to know if it was for one or both. Right.
You know, it's interesting. I'm out here at the retail convention trying to get business for clients, right? And you don't want to see any more vacancies. And my fear would be, this is a main thoroughfare for the village. My fear would be is one of the things that have been open for 20 years goes out of business because of something we could have gotten in the way of. If that makes sense.
Got you. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Any more discussion? Okay. Can you call the roll, Clerk Key?
Sure. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Home.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Sorry for jumping on and off, and I apologize for the hat. Like I said, I am at a convention, and I just wanted to get on as fast as I could.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the use. We on letter E. The usage of the 1.5 million grant received by the American Rescue Act plan for the COVID-19 relief. Okay, so the reason why I put this on the agenda is strictly to create a program to give funds back to the residents. Basically, the way that I've broken it down is as follows. And if you guys got input on to change anything, by all means, please do that. I know I spoke about this in previous meetings, saying to add, change, or create, however you guys want to release the funds. So as it relates to businesses affected by COVID, we wanted to give them up to $5,000 for small businesses with a loss of revenue during COVID and normal revenue less than $250,000. So that total came to $456,223. For the residents, I was at $500,000 for the Dolton residents. Just the breakdown for what's going on. And then for residents affected by COVID to pay for home improvements, $250,000. So that would give up to $2,000 to residents with negative economic impact from COVID to do windows, roofs, things of that nature for their homes or flooding. Now, grants to residents affected by COVID to pay water bills. That was $250,000. So the grants would be up to $1,500 to pay water bills to residents affected by COVID. That's the breakdown that I have for residents. So by voting on moving forward with this, we have to come up with the information inside of how we will give the money to people. Will you give it to seniors? Will you, what do you want to do? I'm trying to give structure to a breakdown of how we want to break the $1.5 million down. And right now that would be considered the structure. So do anybody got any comments? Well, can I do the motion first and then we can do discussion, then everybody can tell me what they want to do. Is there a motion to approve making a grant for the 1.5 million to give to residents in the business district?
I just have one thing. With the business part, I disagree. Even though I know it was a loan, I'm sure they all apply for the PPP, even though it's a loan, and I know some are being forgiven, not sure as to what. But I definitely would have a replacement for that portion. I just need to get a total amount. I have spoken to Ron Smith about the infrastructure of sewer repair, lining, and cleaning in the areas that we have the most issues with flooding with. So I did speak to him about that. He told me, some good ideas to use it for that. And then I do have areas for that we are having. We have had issues and we continue to have flooding issues in those areas.
Okay, so you don't want to give the businesses any money out of this 1.5? Is that what you're stating or no?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I think we still should give them money because I don't know if you guys know, but we're getting infrastructure money coming down the pipeline. So I just think you should do something. And if you're going to do that, then switch the money to water meters for the business, the digital water meters that we're applying for now. So it's different ways to do it, but we do have infrastructure money coming. So I just don't want everything to be on top of each other, but we can actually alleviate some of their pain by giving it strictly to a business that have been closed down due to COVID. And I'm only stating that because I can speak from experience of when your business shut down and everything goes under, then where's your relief? I get it, what you're saying, but not everyone got that. What is it? Is it PPE? I'll be messing the letters about PPP. PPP money. Not everyone got it. So I don't want to sit here and not give people that did not get any money, any type of relief. So I think you should probably reconsider that and go out to the mom and pop stores because, mom and pop stores are always pushed to the side and never helped. Now, I'm not saying help like a Walmart, a Target, a Menards, nothing like that.
We don't have that here, so.
Yeah, well, we got Menards, we got Food for Less. I'm not saying the big box office places. I'm saying let's truly just help the little people, the little mom and pop stores that barely is making it. So I just think you should reconsider if you would.
You said 5,000 for each?
Yeah, that's what the $456,000 came out to.
Do you know how many businesses sorry.
Hey, Q, I sent it to your phone, but text me the email so I can send it to you too.
And Trustee Holmes, you off mute. Mute your phone. Okay. Yes.
How many did you say, Mayor, it was?
I think it was 246 businesses in town. From when I know I had village administrator, she did the numbers for me. It was 200. Village administrator was it? It was 246, right? For the businesses in town, was it 246? Was that the number?
Yes, and that's up to 5,000. So everyone wouldn't get 5,000. It would be up to, and they have to apply. I don't know if you want me to share the screen or not.
On the breakdown, is it the breakdown that I'm reading?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Ontario, can you give me the ability to share the screen?
You're all set.
So just for the record, so everyone knows, so me and the village administrator was working on the breakdown and how things would go. And it kicked me out again. Okay, I'm back on now.
Good to see you, Mayor.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. We did a breakdown of how the funds will be utilized. So I'll let her speak more to it. That way y'all can get a better understanding of what's what, and then y'all can change, add, delete, whatever you see fit. Okay, Village Administrator, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So we've already received we received $1,519,000 back in August, on August 30th. In November, we were notified that we would get another $1,569 because there were municipalities that did not accept their COVID relief or American Rescue money. So grand total for 2021, we have received $1,520,609.88. The board approved a usage of some of those funds, $6,500 for the village clerk's FOIA software, the police department drainage improvement for their parking lot, $47,500, and then ESO solution for the fire department. That comes to $64,386. So I subtracted that out. And then these are the proposed uses that we're talking today. As you all know, we're applying for the water meters.
Yes.
Digital water meter loan. And in applying, we have to do a 5-year projection on our water revenue. And last time we applied, they indicated that they wanted us to increase the rates. So we're suggesting that we can let them know that we'll take some of the ARPA funds, $500,000, and actually use that to pay them back, get the loan, pay them back, and we'll so that would be that would increase the revenue, our water revenue submission to them. And so, in other words, we use $500,000 to buy some of the digital water meters, and then the next calculation, if you skip the grants for the business owners, because that's a balancing number, that's what was left over after we put the proposed grants to the residents. So one is $250,000 for residents affected by COVID to pay home improvements. Now that's up to $2,000 also, up to $2,000. So everybody wouldn't get $2,000. It would probably be the first come, first serve, and those that meet the criteria that we established. And then we've been talking about helping residents pay their water bills, which would also be a benefit to the village because we get, it would be $250,000 revenue to the village, water revenue. And this will also help our projections that we're sending to IEPA as it relates to the water revenue, so that they would not tell us, probably would not tell us that we would have to increase our water rates in order to be able to pay them, because we would be demonstrating clearly that we'll be able to pay your $2 million loan back in this way. So that's for the 2021 money. Now we will be getting another $1,019,000 in 2022. So we were proposing that we do the same thing for 2022, that when we submit the IEPA application, we say we can take another $500,000 out of the next one and include that in our water revenue, or simply purchase some of those meters, and that either will reduce how much we'll have to borrow from you, or we can say this is how we'll pay you back, which net effect is the same. And then the grants to the businesses, that's a net number also. Once we gave the grants to the residents, the difference, in order to balance out, we say this is what would be left over to give grants to the businesses, and $469,000 was left over, and we would do up to $5,000 of that as well. Now in 2022, you may wind up having some things within the village that you may want to pay, and you do have that capability, just so that you know, because I did have Chris to do the calculation of the loss of revenue. These are proposals, and the village did lose 1.3 million in revenue during COVID, and because of that, you have that flexibility to spend 1.3 million of this money on village services. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It went to a little bit too fast. So for 2022, we have that $500,000 from water meters. The 469, which I indicate is a net number. Now for, because we haven't included any usage for village, any payments for, like we did the software and that sort of thing, then that gave us a little more money for the residents for home improvements or the residents to pay water bills. And so this is basically the calculation that we have. If you want me to scan back up and we can look at 2021 and ask any questions, we can do that at this point.
Can you go back up to 2021 for me, please, ma'am?
Yes, this is 2021. So we got the $1,020,000 as a result of the 2 payments. And then this is what we've already spent from the funds of $64,000. And then this is what we have left over to spend. And these are the proposed uses. Helping us with those water meters. And then the others is the grants to the businesses and the residents. Now, I worked with the village engineer on this past Tuesday, and I do have that application this close to go to IEPA for the water meters.
Okay. I'm in agreement to the water meters. My thing, I'm going back to the businesses again. If we're going to take it out this 2021, we're going back and giving them money in 2022.
Oh,
you have 2 distributions.
That's the way but that's true. You guys have lots of time to get to that 2022. We just put that in there as a possibility, but you have lots of time to think about that 2022. But let me just say that for the water meter part, for the application we're going to submit next week, we'd like for you to, tell me, okay for that.
I'm definitely for the water meters. You have my full support for the water meter. Absolutely.
Okay, so for 2021, you said the business is the issue for you.
Because I mean, if you're going to give it to them in 21, then you're going to turn it back around and give it to them money also in 2022.
Okay, so are we good with 2021? Would we just have to wait on 2022, or how is?
So what the village administrator was doing, which is being proactive. Anything can change as it relates to what we have here. That's why we asking you guys' opinion. It don't have to be discussed right now for next year. We can talk about that in January's CAL meeting on how you guys want the money to be distributed. But right now we need an answer on the 1.5 million that we do have now. So we can at least start getting it ready for a program to come up come January that people can see some kind of relief, especially as it relates to the water bills and the small businesses. So going into
I agree with you with definitely with the water bills, but I definitely would like to see the sewer repair program as soon as possible. Again, as it rains out here bad, the snow's coming bad. When that snow melts, we got residents that have issues in those areas, and it's definitely with those sewers. So I would definitely love to see that a priority.
Yeah, no, and I agree. So we just waiting to hear from them, meaning the state, as it relates to what money are we getting, I mean the dollar amount for the infrastructure. So that's all I was saying. I was saying that we're getting money from them while we take from the residents, and we can just give this money to the people. And then we can use the infrastructure money for exactly what you're stating it for. Because I agree with the backup in people's basement, the flooding, the mold. I agree with fixing all those items, but I just felt that we should take it out of the infrastructure money because that's what it would be utilized for. But with this, people can do home improvements. So I'm always concerned about the seniors because when we door knocking, people complain about like it's cold in the house and some of them be having the plastic around the windows. So that's why we said windows. Then as it relates to roofs, some of them do have leaks, things like that. So it causes mold throughout their homes. So those was other options. And all these things we did talk to Ron Smith engineer to make sure we can do them. And now we just have to put them into law as it relates to what do the Board of Trustees want to do with the guideline that I just provided. Would you guys like to see it in this format? Would you like to change something? And that's why she did put, meaning the village administrator when we was doing it, up to $5,000, up to $2,000. They don't have to be numbers in stone. It's just a start, so we can actually start to do something. So,
as I stated, Mayor, my part will be, I want to change something in there. I know we got infrastructure money coming. I definitely would want to move on this sewer repair now and not wait on the infrastructure. And that's just me speaking.
Okay, so you want to move with sewer repair, because you know we got sewer fund too. So all I'm saying is we got all these other funds to take money from. We don't have a fund like this to give money to residents. That's why you see me so adamant about use this fund to give to residents, because the way the law was written, we can actually help them. It can actually benefit them. And that's something that I fought hard for, because when they write laws, they never put the people in it. It normally goes to the municipality or the city, and that money has to be used just for that. So that's why you hear me constantly saying, give it to the people, give it to the people. But if you want to do sewers, I'm putting it on here, and then everybody else.
With the sewers. Again, I'm good for the residents as well with repairs for, I mean, any homeowner. As we go throughout the village, not only seniors, but I know we have a majority of seniors, but we do have some people out here that could use some new windows, doors, insulation. So I definitely am in agreement with taking care of our residents first.
So which dollar amount are you trying to change? What do you want to change on this? Because you said
I would like to wait for the businesses right now and see if we can utilize that money for the sewer.
So I'm just write it to the side, and then if everybody feel that way, then that's how y'all write the law.
Okay.
But I just put it to the side. So the $456,000. Okay, board, I need everyone to chime on. Do y'all still need this up, or we can go back to the regular way?
Yes, could we go back up to the top to see, so I can see again where we spent, where we are in terms of that for you?
Yes.
And then I have a question while I look at this. Mayor, you said that we're having some infrastructure money coming in. Do you know how much it'll be, and do you know when we should expect it?
No, remember I just stated that that's what I'm waiting for. So I don't have any clarity of numbers as it relates right now today. That's what I'm waiting on. So once I get clarity for it, then I can tell you, okay, we're getting this dollar amount, and it says should be hitting by February. I'm just giving you some numbers. I don't know them. So I'm waiting for them to tell me that.
Okay, so why I ask is because I'm in agreement with the water meters. I'm in agreement. Well, I guess my question would be in regards to the home improvements. How would you all decide which residents receive the money and how? Do you all have any guidelines in regards to that?
Well, that's what we will make up. So everybody needs to talk, and you guys can tell me how you want to do it. Do you want to put a threshold as it relates to a dollar amount? Do you want to do senior citizens? But it is like Trustee Brown stated, there are other residents in need as well. So I totally agree with her. So you have to write it in the concept of dollar amounts of how much someone brings in the household. To me, that would be the only fair way to make it make sense. Because if that's the case, you will be picking groups. You will be saying seniors, but not people under 65. So I just don't want to get into the discrimination part of it. I prefer to just either pick a threshold of a dollar amount, and then if you fall under that dollar amount they do for many programs, then we should be able to provide them with it.
Okay, I guess my question, I know you said you don't know the amount, and my concern with the infrastructure is because I know that there's a lot of flooding. As Trustee Brown stated, my concern is definitely the infrastructure. I stated before, sometimes we have an issue with leaves when it rains. Sometimes it's just a matter of the leaves covering the sewer, but there's also a lot of times when it's a problem in regards to the sewer itself and residents flooding. So I guess I would like to make more of a decision with this when I'm for the water meters. So you can put me down for that. And as of now, I'd like to wait until you know more in regards to the infrastructure amount. I like to know how much we'll have, so I know how much will go towards that, and then that'll make it possible for me to make my decision, because infrastructure is kind of like my number one at the moment. And then the water meters, I know that that's extremely important, especially with the issues we're having with water and billing. So I'm for the water meters.
So you but I
like, yeah. So I'm for the meters.
Then
but
what
I'd
about,
like to. but I'd like to get more information in
Go
regards to the
scroll up.
infrastructure.
Village administrator, scroll up to the numbers so we can go over it.
Scroll down,
Yeah.
to the numbers, okay.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructure money is related to the bill that the Congress just passed. They did put a lot of money in their water and sewers. But no one had, there's no guidelines that are out right yet. So that's why.
That's good, right there.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah, right there. Okay, so trustee Norwood, I just want to go through this. I'm writing it down so I know who want to do what. So the 500,000 for the water meters you're good with. I'm gonna skip the business, the 456. So the 250 and the 250 for the homeowners, you're okay with both of those, correct?
So with the homeowners, I definitely want to assist the homeowners. I like to know more regards to the infrastructure, because my whole everything is going to be based on how much money we have left, or if we have money left after this infrastructure thing is taken care of. So that's how I'll know how much money we have left to prioritize everything else, if that makes sense, Mayor.
Also, you don't want to even give the people any money neither. You want to wait.
No. You didn't hear me. I stated.
Yeah, because you said you want to wait till they give us an answer. So let me ask you this: if they don't give us an answer till say January, February, we get another 1.5 million next year. Do you get what I'm saying? So I agree kind of with what Brown is saying. She's saying give the people money and give the meters money, but she's saying hold off on the 456. I thought that's what you're saying too, but you're saying the opposite, correct? You're saying hold off on the 456, hold off on the 250.
Hold on, Mayor. Don't go in numbers for me. Just say in regards. So we're clear. When you don't mention the numbers, let's talk about, just mention like when you say 456, tell me exactly what it is. When you say for the business.
Okay, we're looking at the same screen. That's why I still up. So, okay, we got to just read it. So the 456 right here, I don't know if you're looking at what I'm looking at. It was grants to be given to the businesses affected by COVID. So that's the money that Trustee Brown was just speaking of, saying she wanted to hold off and give it to the infrastructure. Is you saying the same thing or you saying the opposite?
So that's what I'm stating.
I'm
stating that in regards, I want to go for the water meter. I'm with the water meters, and I'm with the home improvements for the residents. I want to know, I'm going to decide between the home improvements for the residents, because are you saying you want to give home improvements for the residents and give them money also, correct?
That's the last two. I was just trying to do each line so I can know what we doing and what we not doing. So okay, let's go to the home improvements. So we'll skip the 456,000 for the business.
So I'm for the home improvements. Let's do that. I'm for the home improvements and I'm for the water meters right now. Everything else, I'll speak with you at a later time. I'll get some more information in regards to this infrastructure, and then I'll come back and make further decisions.
Okay, so look, let me make sure I'm clear because I'm writing it down on what you're telling me.
Water meters, I'm for the water meters.
And the 250,000 for the home improvements, yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the 250,000 grants to pay the water bills, is that a yes too? Is it the same thing or no?
The 1,500 to pay the water bills for the residents, I'm not in a disagreement with it, so it's okay.
So that's okay. Okay, so you was the same as Trustee Brown. So you want me to hold off on the $456,000 to the business district, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go and poll the board. Where is everybody at? Trustee Holmes, I see you down there. What would you like to do? Are you in agreement with all of this or some of it, or where are you?
I'm in agreement with all of it, taking care of the residents, taking care of water, and we cannot afford to lose businesses, because if we can help them, help them.
I agree. Okay, got you down for everyone. Trustee, is everybody still on here? I only see some of you. Is Trustee Steves, are you on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, how you feel? What you thinking?
I agree with Trustee Brown that water meter reader is huge. That going to that that'll help us get to the. Am I correct? That'll help us get to the monthly billing. And I think this is in a process, so we can adjust and we can move. I say let's move forward with everything here, but you're saying that hold up on the businesses, 5,000.
Right, Trustee Brown.
No,
yeah.
I said that was me. That was not the mayor. I said because we're talking about two just distributions for them, this 2021 and 2022. Yeah. So I said let's do the meters. I mean sewers first, and then come back to them. And if you got some left after that, then fine.
Yeah, and I'm sure there has to be some type of some type of, what is it? You have to go through some type of, you can't, you have to show some proof of loss of funds.
Yes.
Proof of loss of funds. You know,
Yes.
so I'm okay with moving forward on everything. You know what I mean? As long as, I mean, that's going to play out over time. But I understand this, we got to get it rolling. But for sure to emphasize on that water meter reader, get the digital meters, because I know people live in other towns that get their water bill every month. And so that's number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So
okay, so you okay with the way everything's written?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right, got you down. Trustee Belcher, are you there? Trustee Belcher?
I'm here.
Okay, how you feel?
I'm in agreement with moving forward. I have some concerns in reference to just how the business money is going to be distributed to the businesses, like the qualifications and stuff. So I guess if I could just get more clarity on that, but I'm in agreement with moving forward. I just would like to know how are we basing this on the money that they're getting.
Okay, so we could talk again about how we could do that. So maybe everybody can meet, do it at a committee meeting, and then structure it better for how the business will get the funding. But I do believe they should get some kind of relief. I don't think we should like cut them out right now because they was affected big time. And it was them that kept us afloat as a community, and them the stores and places we went to when COVID was in full effect. So I don't want to not give them anything. So, okay, I got you down for all of them, for every way things are structured. Trustee House, are you there?
He stated that I know he said
I'm still on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you. How you feel?
Okay, now I'm in agreement with Trustee Brown's proposal.
Okay, so you want to hold off?
The business one until we can get further clarification on the sewer and infrastructure, but everything else I'm okay with.
Okay, but again, I keep trying to tell everybody, you do know we get the difference, the 1.5 million next year. You know that. I just want everybody to understand that. I just think we should take care of all the people first, because they're the ones that been in this to the very end throughout COVID. So we should give them some type of relief. We getting the infrastructure money coming in and another 1.5 million. So we want to do all infrastructure with the 1.5 million. We can. But right now, I just think we should give community, which majority you voted for, and also the business district, because they're the ones that stay open during COVID. Everyone didn't get the PPP money. So I just don't want to.
Go ahead, Mayor. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
I just don't want to keep pushing the businesses to the side. I just know their pain. They should get something.
I'm not saying don't give them anything. I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. I'm not saying don't give them anything. I'm just saying right now, residents have suffered for a long time with this flooding. And that's the only thing I'm saying. They suffer for a long time. And everybody knows, whether you were a trustee or not, you know someone that has been affected by this flooding issue that's going on and on and on. I'm not saying don't give them anything. I'm just saying my forefront, my number one is the people, the meters, and to take care of this flooding issue. That's just me.
How do we explain? Because my argument to this is you only got $450,000. You're not gonna put a dent anywhere. You can only do a certain parts, certain areas. So what do we do? Say for instance, we do the east side of town, and then we don't do the west side of town. So how do we explain to residents that we can only do some and not all at this given time?
When the next distribution comes.
Right. So we're gonna do that, then we should do it right. So if the next money come in and it's 1.5 million, why can't we give it and do the entire time?
Because you guys wanted to do another one to the business. That's what I'm saying. You got a distribution for 2021. You got a distribution for 2022. Again, my heart goes out to the businesses. I understand That's our rock. But again, residents have been neglected when it comes to this water issue.
But we
For
take
so long before with the previous administration, the same thing. You know, we talked about doing this sewer and all that. We still haven't. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm for the businesses. I'm not against anybody. You know, regardless of the PPP, yes, give it to them. But my number one is the sewer. The sewer and the meters. Hey, I'm for it. The windows for seniors, residents, everybody who's been affected in the village. You know, beautification. That all comes with that.
Right, but that's over time. Just like how we only can do certain streets and then people still be mad about, well, why you didn't do my side? So what I'm saying is, instead of getting those same issues, why not just do it all at one time? It makes more sense. I think we can still take care of people. I agree with infrastructure. I'm big on infrastructure, but my big goal, number one goal, is the meters, to do digital, to stop all the issues with people getting estimated bills, people getting false reading. That's my number one goal, right? So everyone agreed that we could do the 500,000 for the digital meter. So we can eventually get to monthly readings. But right now we still 3 months until we fix our in-house, our infrastructure. What I'm saying is we should just do it all at one time for the infrastructure. And we should give money to the people that actually keep Dolton together. And that's the business district. Already we taking care of the residents. I don't want you to think we're not. We're taking care of the residents. We're getting them 3 different things. We're getting them digital meters. That's the 500,000. We're getting them up to $2,000 to basically fix their windows or roofs. And we also getting them $1,500 to pay their water bill. We're getting them 3 different options of help. So now I'm saying, why not help the businesses as well?
But as Mayor, as you're saying, $500,000 is going to put a dent in it. That's the same thing I'm saying about the sewer. $500,000
goes towards the loan that we have to get for the digital.
But I'm saying, but we still got to come back and still put money towards it. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And when we talk about roof repair, I just had my roof repaired. This right here is not going to do anything for a roof. I paid $11,000 for a roof. So we can talk about windows and doors.
I can tell you plan for that. So that's not true, because maybe you should call me. You got to have different connections. Let me explain. It's some people that's willing to help Dolton. So say for instance, something like a roof or a window. What you would do is put it out for RFP. You would get 3-4 different bids, however many people come in that wants to fix it. So now you would utilize those companies or whatever to fix all the roofs at whatever price tag we set. You get what I'm saying? So now you got the bulk of the town getting all the roofs done, so all the windows done, just like they do anything else when they're fixing heating and air conditioning in senior homes. It's contracted to one company because they get it discounted for a bulk rate. I'm saying the same thing. I know you're looking at it as 2,000 like it's nothing. That's not enough, but it is something for some people. Some people are willing to do it depending on the bulk that they get to do repairs. So this is part of the plan later. Right now, just trying to see how y'all want to set the money up.
I'm just going to say this. Like I said, for the people, for the residents, I'm 110%. For the meters, I'm 110%. My take on the business, I want to see the sewer infrastructure. That's just me. And then we can vote, have everybody else vote. That's the way they feel. But thank you for allowing me to bring that to everyone's attention.
All right. Anybody else got any more statements to this?
Yeah, Mayor. I'm looking at this, and my question is just to make sure I'm understanding the whole thing, because I hear what you're saying and I'm taking it all in. So let's say with the water bill, I see we have $250,000 for the water. Let me go to it to be exact. $250,000 for the water, and we're paying up to $1,500 of the water bills for the residents, correct? What happens if we exceed that amount? So like so for instance, we have 22,000 residents. Are we saying we only put in the 250,000? That's it. Let's say there's more. Do we? Because that's going to help me make my decision, because I'm not against giving the businesses the money, but I guess my concern is making sure that the residents are taken care of with the water bill, with the water meter readings, and their priority.
It will be within this budget line item. So if it's 250,000, that's all we can give. So we'll divide up how many households, because you're going off residents, body counts. That's how many residents we have. 21,000. Our census number came in low. Residents in Dolton currently. Households is totally different. You have, I think it's around 900. It's around 900 households in Dolton. So how that goes is you break it down now per household or how many people this will actually help. But you have to write a guideline to that. So remember how we just stating the guideline could be under the income threshold of say $100,000. I'm just throwing numbers out. So you have to write some kind of guideline to how they qualify to get the money. So that's what we would do moving forward for getting the money. But right now it will only go to $250,000 only go to, just make up a number, say 200 households. I'm just making some numbers up. That's not right. 200 households. It would go like that. That's how it would go.
Gotcha. But do you understand? I guess my question is just wondering if there's more than the 250,000. Let's just say we have more people than 250,000 requesting money. What happens? Do we exhaust it and we say no? Because that's going to help.
Yes, you say no, because a grant is just like we get any other grant. And once it's exhausted, it's exhausted. We can't go in our general fund and give it to them. It's only with the grant proceeds. So once you hit that cap, that's it. So we announce it. It's on a first come, first serve basis. Whoever come in, give us the application or whatever, how we're going to do it. Then that's who gets the funds. Once you hit the cap of the 250,000, that grant is depleted. It's gone. It's over with. Now on to the next grant.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, how do we work it out? Huh? Wait a minute. Well, and the reason why I'm asking is because when I say I want to just, I'm with everything going here. I just want it to be prioritized. So I'm not against anything in particular on here, but I was just wondering if, let's just say we had $280,000 worth of people that wanted to pay the water bills. I would say, well, let's go forward with that 280, and that's $30,000 less that will go towards the business, if that makes sense.
Also, you want to move the money from the business?
No, I'm not stating that, Mayor. What I'm stating is I was just wondering if there's my issue is just priority. So as long as everything is taken care of on here, and if there's money left for the businesses, I'm fine. But I just wanted to state that the residents are the major priority. We love the businesses, but I think that the residents are the priority. And then, of course, if we have something left, we give it to the businesses.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm clear. Are you okay basically with everything on here right now, correct?
Yes, as long as everything is taken care of in regards to the residents and the water bills and the home improvement. So as long as everyone gets taken care of, if there's money left, yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, can we go on to something else, or anybody else needs something else to say? Dorothy, unshare your screen so we can go back to the regular board meeting. And Clerk Key, you will have to call the roll. We didn't get a motion.
Mayor, I just wanted to make sure that they, the 2022 for the water meters was also the 500,000 for 2022, because that's going to be included in the projection. So I know everyone said the water meter part was okay. I just wanted to make sure the 2021 and 2022, because I'll be submitting that application on Tuesday.
From what I'm hearing, everyone's okay with anything dealing with the water meter. I guess you want me to poll just to get an okay here. Trustee Norwood, are you okay with taking 500,000 out of the 2022 projections to pay for the water meters? Okay, she said, can you unmute? Put on record as a yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Trustee, okay, Trustee Brown, you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, Trustee House.
He had to get off, Mayor.
Okay, Trustee Belcher. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Steve.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, Trustee Holmes.
I'm good.
Okay, there you go. You got your votes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now you unshare, we can move forward. So can I have a motion to approve? Go back to this. Can I have a motion to approve the usage of the 1.5 million grant received by the American Rescue Act Plan for COVID relief? Can I have a motion to approve what we just discussed? Okay, who was that?
Trustee Steve.
Okay, Trustee Steve, is there a second?
I'd second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Call a roll, Clerk Key.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Sorry.
You're muffled, Belcher, but I think I heard I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
and Trustee House. I believe someone said House left.
Yeah,
He's gone. He's left.
Okay, do anybody know what time he left?
I don't. I couldn't see.
I'll just
everything.
record it at 12:58.
Okay, or go back and look at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so next on the agenda is a resolution 21 to obtain security cameras for Village Hall. I know this was on a previous meeting, and basically my concern is the safety of Village Hall. We have Scott Gilmore on here to talk about that. So I just want to make sure everybody understood we did have the funds for it, and we really, really do need to secure Village Hall. So before I get him to speaking, can I have a motion to approve the security cameras for Village Hall?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, motion is second. Any discussion? Okay, I'm gonna call on Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
Hello, Mayor, trustees. Yeah, the security system, we definitely need to move forward with this because there's a major security issue. We're worried about people coming in and out. We got people going downstairs at the Village Hall to use the restrooms. This way we could definitely keep in mind what's going on there. I did send out, give everybody the 3 companies that give us the quotes on doing it. The one I recommended was the one that we could pay. We could pay a little bit each month on it. And there is an interest on it, but it still ain't, it goes in from this budget into next year's budget too, on paying for it. So we're not taking all the money out at once to pay for everything that we need for the security systems.
One question. I just want to know what do you know is Chris and where the funds coming out of? That's it. That's the only thing I want to know.
Chris is not on here. He went out of town. He's on vacation.
It was the same budget that was the same budget line number that was covering, like, as far as the parking lot and the roofs and that. There was still 69,000 in there.
It was. Yeah, it was still money.
And what's the total amount of this?
This year, I think if we went with that security system that we were paying monthly on, I do believe there was only like 8,000, 9,000 coming out from this year. And then the rest would come out next, like over the next year and in the year after.
No, what's the total amount of the cost with the camera?
It was 30, for Sky, I do believe it was Skynet, it was 30,000.
No, Skynet is $21,922. It's in their packages.
30.
21,000. Who said 30?
No, you said 29,922. So I just said 30.
Yeah, that was that's right. The 29 was for the that was the one that was giving us they actually covered more of the parking lot and more security cameras. And that was the one that was giving us on the payment plan.
So which one did you go with, Scott? Because the paper I'm looking at.
I don't have the papers in front of me right now.
I got it. And you wrote 3 down, right?
Yeah, it was I do believe it was the one that was giving us the option with paying paying portions of it as we went throughout the month.
Right, because you got Goldilocks.
Yeah, Goldilocks.
$23,474. You have Skynet. That's the $21,922. You have Imperial. They had $35,845.
Yeah, Imperial was the one. That's the one. It was they were covered more. I'm sorry about the misguidance on the name of the company, but they were the ones that covered more with the cameras, and that was also the one that gave us the option of paying on payments.
Okay. So that's the one you are suggesting?
Yes, that was the one, because they actually covered even north side of our building. They covered parts of the parking lot that the other ones didn't do. So I think there was a total of like an extra 7 cameras involved with that one.
Yeah, I see it in here. Okay. Any other questions, board?
May I speak, Mayor?
Sure, go ahead.
Ms. Trustee. I'm all in agreement for the cameras for the security of Village Hall. I just don't want to do the payment plan. If we got 69, let's just go ahead and pay for it and get the cameras.
Okay.
You do need security, hey, you know, and it's overdue. But
Yeah,
let's
we
just
should.
go on out and pay it, you know, pay it out. We got 69, take it out there, pay it and get it done.
I'm in favor either way. I just want to get it done. So whatever the board chooses, let's just do it. So she's saying pay it all at once. Let's hear from the board. Trustee Norwood? All at once?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Either way? Okay. Trustee Steves?
Hold on. I'm okay.
You okay with either way?
I mean, either way, we just got to get it done. If the money's there, let's do it. You know, if the money's there, security. I mean, that's a long time. Like Trustee Brown says, a long time coming. So I'm with it.
Okay. Boucher?
Pay it all now.
Okay. Trustee Holmes?
I'm in favor of getting it right out the way.
Okay. Sounds good. So can you call the roll, Clerk Key?
Sure.
And this is to pay it, just let me put in record.
They're gonna pay it in full?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so the vote is to pay for the security cameras in full for Village Hall.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just give you the numbers. Imperial is the company. It's gonna be $35,845. That's what's on the paper. So I'm just reading it for record.
35,000.
35,000.
That's what it said, $35,845.
Okay.
Then you just mentioned something about 21.
That was not Skynet. That was $21,922. Goldilocks is $23,474.
And they didn't cover as much as the one that I chose. There was like 7 or 8 more cameras, maybe more. They were covering downstairs, the north side of the building and everything else. That's why the price was higher.
So the vote is for one of these vendors?
Well, the one that Scott was referring to was the Imperial, the $35,845. They just said if we have the money, it's okay. So that's the one we voted for.
Okay, so this is to take the vote for Imperial for $35,845.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're going with the 35,000. We're not the 21, not the cheaper one.
He's saying that the system, the number of cameras.
Yeah.
He said it was 7 more, right? You said 7 more for the parking lot?
Yes, the parking lot, downstairs, the Village Hall, the water department, up and down. They're covering a lot more area.
Yeah.
Because they actually did a printout of all the blind spots and everything else, which the other 2 companies didn't.
Okay, so are y'all okay with this? Okay.
Mayor, question for you before.
Yeah.
What line item, where do we say we were getting this money from again?
It was a line item. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but it had like $65,000 or $69,000 in it. I know we talked about it at previous board meetings.
Oh.
And I know you guys just pulled it off and it's back on now because we do need it. People have been attacked at Village Hall in the parking lot. So I just hope you definitely move forward with it, what you all said, you agree. So.
Are we moving forward with the vote?
Okay, yes, please call the roll.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
I'm sorry. Someone else is speaking, I'm sorry. Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
And Trustee House left the meeting, so motion passed.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Scott. You can go back to work now. Appreciate it. All right, next, discussion and possible action for removing signs and paint from the curbs of MLK. Trustee Belcher.
This was brought up in the committee of the whole. The current signs that are placed on MLK, not in the 30-foot section by the intersection. I spoke to Jimmy. He's not on here again conveniently. but where it is on MLK at 141st, cross street from the Village Hall, it's not an approved fire lane. And I'm asking, and then on 142nd, where by the optometrist, where the no parking signs are, and the ordinance and the tickets that are being given is being given under a fire hydrant. The fire hydrant is across the street, which we walk the block. I'm asking that those signs be removed until we can properly go through an ordinance, that if that is something that you are requesting, that we do it the proper way.
Okay, so no one has been getting tickets as relates to that area. So we got this cleared up. So even if someone gotten a ticket, Jimmy already told you to give it to them, or however you guys was happening. As relates to the things across the street, that is a bus stop and it is a fire hydrant there. So no one even parks there. So I don't even know what.
No, it's Mayor, it's called, you have fire lane signs up. It's not a fire lane at 141st, all up and down MLK. You have fire lane signs there. I spoke with the fire chief about it. I contacted the state about it. It cannot be a fire lane. You have fire lane tow. It has to be removed. It cannot properly be done like that. I understand the 30-foot section, the bus stop. I'm talking about 141st Street and 142nd Street. All I'm asking, I don't want to go back and forth, is until we do it the proper way, the signs be removed. And yes, tickets are still being given.
Tickets are being given if they are. Let me just make sure I got it correct, because I was told no tickets are being given. So if they are, like I said, you, the attorney, Chief Collins, y'all all have spoken. So when you keep bringing this up here, you guys all got an understanding for that.
We don't have an understanding there. By the instruction of the mayor, the tickets are still being enforced. So we don't have an understanding. If we had an understanding, I wouldn't have brought it up.
Okay, trust.
That's why I wanted to take
care of today. I know, so that's why I'm speaking to.
Well, I'm telling you what I'm asking for both today.
So going forward today, people will get tickets if they're within the 30-foot section, period. That's the state law. So I'm just
I'm not disputing the 30-foot section. That's what you keep saying. We're not talking about the 30-foot section. A block is more than 30 feet. So you keep talking about 30 feet of the intersection. That's not what I'm talking about. So I want to be clear. So you stop saying 30 feet. A block is more than 30 feet. I'm not talking about 30-foot section. I know exactly where the 30 feet is. I know exactly where the bus station is. That's not what we're talking about. My request today for us to vote on having the improper signage that has been put up that has not went in front of the board to be removed. That's all I'm asking. We don't have to go back and forth about this.
Okay, you finish, because you really are disrespectful. You got to learn your position. And I keep saying it, because when I speak, you can't speak. You must be quiet.
Like, hold
on. Like, I be quiet when you speak. Like, come on, give respect. Like, you got to stop. Like, we ain't going to get nowhere talking over each other. Man, like I stated, if it's within 30 feet, tickets will be given. That is a state law. We don't trump state at all, ever. We are local. Local will always trump us. As relates to any other tickets, you, Jimmy, and Chief have spoken about that. My administration, I trust them. They ain't got to lie about that. So you guys have an understanding as relates to tickets being given on MLK. Anyway, people still park there regardless of the signs there or not. So all I'm saying is stop teaching people to disobey the law, because if it's yellow or anything else in a white community, they will obey it. They won't even attempt to park there. So stop. And then when people get a ticket, they get upset. Why? Don't break the law. But the law again states for the 1800th time, if it's not within 30 feet, they're not parking that, they don't get no ticket. That's the law. That's where we are with that. So now moving forward, we will abide by whatever the state statute states. That's what the Village of Dolton will do. So that's where we are with it. So now you can take your vote for however you guys see fit, which is what I just read into record, and we will move forward. So did we do a motion and a second, Clerk Key, on this? Clerk Key? Hello, Clerk Key.
coughing and I was having a coughing spell. I just couldn't get on at the moment. So can you just repeat it for a second?
Did we do a motion and second on this? I'm just trying to go back to record.
So the motion was approved, was who?
I said, did we do a motion and second?
No, we did not do a motion on
Okay,
this.
can we have a motion and second as it relates to, let me go back to it. Let's say discussion and possible action for removing signs and paint from the curbs on MLK. Did you guys want to vote on this or you guys want to just have discussion?
We should vote.
Let's vote.
Okay, so someone can motion. That motion.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and second. Call the roll.
Motion by Steve and second by Norwood.
Yes.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Sorry, Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Is Trustee Holmes still on? I think he sent me a message. He had to leave, but I'm not sure if he left yet. Is he still on?
I don't see him.
I don't see him.
There are only 9 participants on, and he is not one of them.
Okay, so he apparently left. Trustee Brown.
Aye.
And Trustee House is absent. Motion passed.
Okay. All right. And for the record, guys, this is so totally unprofessional. This is another reason why you guys should have had the meeting like we always do at 6:30 at night, because people do have lives and do day-to-day operations. So everybody's falling off because they have to still take care of their personal lives. So moving on to the next thing, which is H, ordinance 21, block by block programs to sell vacant homes. I put this on here several times. I done went through committee of the whole. I done went through voting meetings. And I, as mayor, feel that we should create a program to give the houses, meaning all the vacant property, back to the residents of Dolton. And then also, if it's something that they cannot afford, it should go to an investor so they can have the opportunity to spend the $50,000 to $100,000 on property that's really, really in bad shape, in needing of a roof, a furnace, hot water tanks, things of that nature that I know a residents might struggle with. My thing is now for discussion to see kind of what a trustee feels. We get related to the block by block program. Trustees, any discussion?
Mayor, yeah, I'll just say this. In regard to the block, I stated to you one of my concerns. So my concerns was then, I know it's only a 1 page, so I definitely stated that we needed to have more information before voting on that. But not only that, in regards to the investment portion, I explained to you that day that we spoke that I'm against that. I'm against us giving the houses to investors for $1 and then waiting for them to rehab the property for us to get a portion. I think that if we were going to go ahead and sell the houses to the investors, we come up with a certain amount and let them do so, as opposed to waiting for them to rehab the property, because several different things can happen. If they didn't complete the rehab, yeah, we get that property back, but then we still have to fix it. So that's where I am with that. I'm not in agreement with the blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so as it relates to the block by block, it's a shame that you're not in agreement with it. I'm assuming everyone else is not in agreement with it. I've been trying for years to make sure we implement programs that benefit the people. It's sad when trustees don't agree with that or try to help, because the people that I do speak with all try to give solutions to whatever y'all feel the problem is. Like Trustee Norwood, if you felt it was a problem or something needed to be fixed or changed in what is given to you, you could have easily done it. You guys legislate, but you guys choose not to do anything with it and just shoot it down. But you guys are okay with giving an organization property and voting on it, and they even give you a piece of documentation. At least I'm giving you a plan. I'm giving you documentation. And I wish you guys stop saying one piece of paper, because that's untrue. It's a whole ordinance. Turn this so you can see this. Whole ordinance that's included in here right now in your package. That's several pages long as related to the block by block. The one pager that you're speaking of is right here. The structure. I don't know why it's not showing.
That's what I'm referring to, Mayor. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah,
now, after that, besides the structure, what I'm saying is here's the whole ordinance. Whole ordinance that being
it's that one page that I'm in disagreement with, though. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, because you said I only keep getting y'all a one-page document. So I have not. I've given you guys several different documentations, but no one seems to wants to read it to actually make the program work. Everyone wants to tell me why it can't work or won't work, and not, instead of telling me what we need to change or tweak so it can work. So that's what I have a problem with when it comes to you guys telling me, oh, we should vote for the land bank. No, we shouldn't. You guys won't even vote for something that's beneficial to the people, but yet vote for the land bank. That don't make sense to me. That's unfair to the people. It really is. So I wish you guys, hold on, trustee. I wish you guys would reconsider. I keep saying this every time, every meeting, and go back and read what I actually sent you and then give input to what I sent and then fix it. So if it's broken, then fix it. Structure it the way you like. I've said that several times. Add to it, change it, talk about it. We don't even do that. You guys just shoot it down. No, I don't want to do it. This is the reason why I don't like it. And your reason for not liking it is strictly towards the investor side. So if you don't like it towards the investor side, then guess what? Do the residential side. But you're not saying it. You're just saying no to the whole entire program. I just don't think that's fair to the people. I don't. I think you guys should vote on this, just like you guys just voted on the South Suburban Land Bank. You should vote on this the same way. And they didn't give you nothing. I gave you something. I gave you a template at least. I gave you an outline of what it is. What's the plan? What do I see? And y'all won't even vote for it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mayor, I thank you for your opinion regarding it. As we stated before, we have different programs that we want to address. We have programs in mind for the residents that we're going to give to the residents or however we're going to move forward. We will discuss it at the housing committee meeting, and that's it for that. So thank you, Mayor.
Okay, again, trustee, I keep telling you, y'all putting the cart before the horse. If you have a program that you wanted to discuss, you guys could have easily had a housing meeting by now. But at least, hold on, at least whenever I want to discuss anything, I keep telling y'all because y'all tell the public different. I bring it before this body. We put it up for discussion on the CAL, and we even put it up for a vote. But what I'm saying to you guys is you never, ever say anything to fix anything that I put up. You guys just shoot it down. Whatever y'all problems are with it, fix it. This could have been implemented. And that's a shame that I even have to sell this to you when the land bank didn't have to sell anything to you. They won't even give you a dime for the properties, but y'all voted them in. That's crazy. That don't sound right to me. So what I'm saying is look at this program or treat this program the same way you just treated somebody, an outsider, that don't mean any good for a community because they for self, they about their dollar on the money they're going to make. And at least I'm saying, give it to the people. Let the people benefit from it. We're both singing two different tunes, but yet you won't vote for this. You just keep shooting holes in it. Then you just said, well, we got programs that we want to do. Then where they at? Or why not change whatever's broken in this one that you feel is broken and implement them together? You guys keep talking about unity and let's do things together, but we don't. You guys say that, but your actions show different. That's not right. You guys should look at block by block once again and let the residents benefit from the vacant properties that's here in town. You guys should stop giving all away our inventory to outsiders and not even considering the things that I'm saying. I don't think that's right. I don't. So with that being said, is there anyone else that got a comment, statement, or want to say anything as relates to block by block program that's on agenda? Okay, so is there a motion to approve block by block program? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is there a second? Is there a second to approve the block by block program to give it a chance? Okay. All right. I will say this, there was a motion by Trustee Steves to at least try and go forward with the program like they did for the land bank. I guess the women that sit on the board chose not to give him a second. That is Trustee Brown, Trustee Norwood, and Trustee Belcher. The other two are not on right now. So your block by block program will not be into effect currently right now. So moving on. Next on the agenda is I override a mayor veto regarding the expenses, the Hilton Hotel expenses for Allison Key, Kiana Belcher, Brittany Norwood. So who put the item on the agenda? I don't have a name back. So who's sponsoring the override veto? This y'all item. Do y'all want to sponsor? You want me to skip it? Because I can go to the next letter. I can go to Jay.
Jason is, but he's not on here.
He's not.
Or is he?
I make a motion to override the mayoral veto.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, so nobody want to talk about why y'all want to override the mayor veto?
I mean, it's very clear, you know, it was an expense that that the village intended to pay for, and it changed. So that's the point blank clear. I mean, we don't have to have a long discussion about it. It is 1:30. We still got one more thing and an executive session. So
okay, but who problem is that? It's not mine, because you guys called for this meeting at 10 a.m.
If this was at 6:30 in the evening, we'd have been here to 12 o'clock midnight. It's the same thing.
Right, but my point, no, it's not the same thing. My point is the people can't be heard. They're all at work. We still in a board meeting at 1:24 that started at 10 a.m. So it didn't make sense to do this early. You guys should have waited to 6:30 like we always do. That's what I'm trying to make community see.
It's almost 100 people watching. There's a lot of people watching.
Okay, let me explain something to you. People can watch, it could be outsiders, it could be whoever. My point is, it's not fair to the community for you to host a meeting at 10 a.m. and not have it at 6:30 like we always have done in the past. This is my prime example. Our meetings last long. People are at work. You will want them to chime in and be present for our board meetings. That's all I'm saying, that you guys tweaked it to benefit your agenda. That's my point. So you made your statement as it relates to that. Anybody else got a statement regarding the override of the mayor veto for the Hilton Hotel expenses?
Yes, ma'am. May I be recognized?
Go ahead.
I know just a few minutes in the meeting, when I asked you about spending in the budget, your exact words was, if it's in the budget, we have the money to spend. That's exactly what you stated. So I guess I'm wondering why, when it's time for us to use, because trustees, we've never used any of the budget, none of the money in the budget. We've only used $325 for a DJ. So out of the whole entire $25,000, let me get the exact amount for you. So out of the entire $25,388.27 that has been spent out of the special events budget, the trustees have only requested $325 of that. So if we're using money for the training to get it informed so that we could be the best that we could, because as you stated before, we are newly elected officials. So if we want to get training so that we're better to serve our community, I don't see the issue. If you stated, if it's in the budget, we have the money to spend. So even with the room, you stated, well, there's money, we need to leave money for other trainings. We can. We only went to one event, and we haven't even exhausted the money in the training budget. And so that's my thoughts there. And not only that, Mayor, I feel as if, you know, you use the village's money whenever you want and however you see fit. You stated to us, well, why don't you use your stipends? Well, on this warrant list, there's $25,000 in events. So how come you don't use your stipends towards any of the events if that's the case? I just don't like how you choose to decide how we like to spend the money in the budget. It seems as if you could spend $25,388.27 in 6 months out of the budget. But when we spend, $2,100 for rooms and training for publicly elected officials, that's an issue. I think that causes for concern. I mean, if we're bored and we're getting informed, you stated, well, it's only 30 minutes out the way. So you decide, you feel as if you're going to be the deciding factor in regards to if we should be informed, if we should stay downtown or not. And I just think that that's not fair. If the money is there in the budget, we're not exhausting it. As you know, they have events all day, all evening. And then there's trainings again early in the morning. So anyone who lives in Illinois knows that commuting back and forth downtown could be a hassle. So I just don't understand why it's such an issue, why you posing such an issue with us spending $700 on a hotel room and you spent $25,000 on events in 6 months. That's my thought on that.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me educate you, because I see that everybody still needs to do some kind of classes. As it relates to being a board member, and it's crazy because sitting trustees that sit here currently now know better. We have never paid for local commutes as it relates to training. When we train, we pay for that as a municipality. We pay, meaning I'm saying the village when I say we. The village paid for you guys to get the education that you so desperately need and go to the IML. We pay for that. What we don't do is pay for your hotel expense. Because number one, you get an expense account. You guys had over $5,000 in your expense account for that week when you guys wanted to go. The hotel rooms was $200 a piece. You guys gonna pay $200 a piece for hotels. When it's local, the rule of thumb is if it's local, you could commute back and forth. If I could do it, y'all could do it. So why didn't you just commute back and forth to the downtown and back? And if you didn't want to commute, again, you had an expense account that you get from the village of Dolton that you could have utilized and paid for your hotel stays. You guys chose not to. And as it relates to you saying I'm spending money for events, guess what? It is. It's events. It's community events, period. It ain't for no hotel stay at all. It's not. So when you're going to make a fact, make it make sense. So my thing is it benefit the people. Any money I ever spent went back to who? The community, back to the residents. Any event I put on, it wasn't for self. What you guys are doing is strictly approving hotel stays for yourselves that don't come with the package. It's you guys was supposed to just go down there and get the education you need for the IML. And then let me add to that. When we was definitely doing the budget, you guys took out, I think it was $30,000 for you guys to get more education that I added to the budget because I knew being new, you guys needed it, but you guys saw it different. You guys took the $30,000 out of the budget to get the education that y'all needed because y'all didn't think that y'all needed it. That didn't make sense to me. And then here we are months later when you truly needed it and you want to spend it for other things such as hotel stays. I'm not a fan of that. I think when you're close to here, just like old Mary used to say, we could pay it out of our pockets. So I felt that you guys should have paid it out of your pockets because that was customary to what the village always have done. When it's local, we don't pay for hotel. Now, if you went out of state to a conference or something like that, we pay for the airfare, the hotel, and the conference. But right now, 10 minutes, 15 minutes up the street to Chicago, no. I just think that was just pushing it. So this is your way of saying that you guys have the power of the purse, which is you want to pay for your own hotel stay. You guys want to approve your own hotel stay at the expense of the residents. Once again, you get a stipend here. You get an expense account here. You guys could have used that money to pay for the hotel room that y'all wanted to stay downtown. And then to add to it, you guys always nitpick with me, thinking that I'm spending money. I don't even have a credit card. I never wanted one when I came. Because when I came here to be the mayor, that's strictly what I want to do, be the mayor. I don't have a car. I don't have to do anything as it relates to with the expenses of spending money in the village of Dolton. So with that one little item that y'all said, and y'all thought it was y'all thought it was me. We did our research. I see y'all knacks again about it. So let me tell you what it uncovered. Where is it at? Let me tell you what it uncovered. That hotel stay that Trustee Belcher asked about, and she was so adamant of who slept in the hotel, who did this. Again, I told y'all then, I'm telling y'all again, I didn't stay in any hotel during that time. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I'm a single mom that I go back and forth to. So you guys stay down there, not me. And again, I didn't have a credit card. I don't even own a credit card as it relates to the village adult that has Tiffany in your name anywhere. The person that actually spent the money, that stayed in the hotel and had the extra day was your clerk, Allison Key. It wasn't me. It wasn't you, but that's who it was. And you kept thinking that I did something unjust, just wrong, and it wasn't me that stayed in the hotel. So that's just to put it on record that Allison Key is the one that did an extra night in the hotel. The amount was $373 to be exact, and 33 cents. And we got charged for it. The village got charged for it. It didn't go on her card. So I'm asking for the clerk to get the money back to the village for the hotel stay, because again, I'm totally against you guys using village funds, meaning residents' money, to pay for hotel stays when it's local. So that's why I'm at.
Okay.
That's
Mayor,
why
may I speak?
Yes, give me 1 second.
I did not stay in the
Give me
hotel
1
next
second,
to that.
clerk, and I'll give you the
Sure.
floor. So that's where I'm at as it relates to you guys' hotel stay. I just think it's wrong what you're doing, but hey, you control the purse. So go ahead and approve your own hotel stay expenditures. Go ahead, Clerk Key, you got the flow.
So for the record, the clerk did not stay an extra day at the hotel. When we initially booked the rooms and we looked at the agenda, we saw that we had a full day Saturday and a final reception that Saturday evening. So I requested an additional day because of that, which I was going to pay for out of my own pocket. But based on the rooms being canceled, I decided not to stay that evening and that I would only pay for what I did pay for. So no, I did not stay an extra night. I agreed to pay for that extra night myself when I got to the hotel. But when I did not stay, I did not stay. So don't put it on record that I stayed there when I did not.
Okay, so for the record, then Clerk Key, I wonder, are you paying this $3?
No, I'm not, because that should have been canceled with everything else.
Okay, but it wasn't. So whether you tell the truth,
Well, that's not my fault, because if you canceled it, you should have canceled everything.
Okay, so for the record, Clerk Key, that's not what the hotel is stating. They're saying that you stayed an extra night in the hotel.
I did not.
Okay, hold on. I'm just putting it on record. You guys can figure that out amongst yourselves. That's what they're reporting to us. That you stayed an extra night in the hotel, that you used the village funds to get this hotel room at $373.33. I know, I'm just telling you, because they were so adamant that I had something to do with this, and I had nothing to do with this. I didn't even stay downtown. So all I'm saying to you is that you guys need to clear that up, fix it, or you pay the money, Clerk Key, or go out to the hotel and y'all.
So all I'm saying is, if you cancel the rooms, why didn't you cancel that one?
They did.
You canceled
it. So no, I didn't cancel anything.
You instructed someone to cancel.
I didn't cancel anything. So what I'm saying is,
whoever canceled it should have canceled that one as well.
Okay, they said, and you just told on yourself that when you got
I didn't tell on anything.
Let me get it out. You just said you asked for an extra stay, or you staying an extra night. They basically said the same thing you said. So obviously you told them something different. So whatever you told them is why they charged us. So it's $373 charged us. All I'm saying is make sure y'all pay it back.
Mayor, please don't change my words.
I'm not
changing. What I said is initially, when there was no issue with the hotels being booked, the hotels had been booked months prior to us attending. At that time, I asked to stay an additional night because of all of the events. But when those rooms were canceled, I had no way of knowing that that room was not canceled because I didn't stay there. I was just told when I checked in that you have to pay for your own rooms. And that's when I put my card up to pay for the room that I requested, because I was under the impression that you guys had canceled the rooms entirely. So therefore, if you did not cancel it entirely, I was told that it was canceled.
So
and I did put my card up to pay for the stay when I was there. Had I stayed longer, they would have charged me more.
So how did we get charged? Okay, so how did we get charged if you put your card on file when you got there? Why would we be getting charged for an extra room, meaning the village?
Well, you tell me
that. You saying we canceled it. We shouldn't even been getting charged if they were charging your card the entire time for the stay at the hotel. We shouldn't even be getting the charge for the extra day.
Clearly you didn't cancel
on your card.
Clearly you didn't cancel it, or whoever you designated.
If we didn't so if we didn't, or whoever you said canceled it, you would have been getting charged for your entire nights, right? So we didn't get charged for any of the nights because you're saying we canceled. So how is it that we got charged for the last extra night that you said you were staying if you put your card on file? Your card's on file, so they charge you for each night you're there. Come the last night, the village get charged for the last night, the extra night that you're saying you're staying. I'm saying,
So
why
you
would
need
we
to
get
check
charged
the
if we not
hotel,
on
Mayor. I
file?
can't answer for them. I can
I'm
tell
just trying to
you
make it
for
make
the
sense.
record, and for the record here today, I was not at the hotel Saturday evening. For the record, when I arrived at the hotel, I put my card up. I paid for the nights that I stayed there. And I'm not going to go back and forth with this any further, because if you cancel all of our rooms, you should have made sure you canceled that one as well.
Okay, for the record, if rooms are canceled, were canceled, and you guys went and put your credit cards all on file, because it's only happened with you, Clerk Key, it doesn't happen with anybody else. Why is it that the village didn't get charged for any of the rooms, but then we got charged for this extra room that went on file after the IML was over? That's what I'm trying to make people understand or see. We got nothing to do with this. So all I'm saying is you guys need to clear that up, because we are not going to pay for this. You owed us $373.33, Clerk Key, is what you owe the village.
No,
the village got
Clerk Key
charged.
doesn't owe you anything.
The village got charged for this, or you could take this letter and you can actually go back and forth with the Hilton hotels and get
No,
our.
you can do that. You can do that. I will not do that. Because when you cancel the rooms, you should have canceled everything. If you didn't cancel that,
we just went over that. We just went over that.
And I'm just clearing it for the record. If you didn't do it, if you didn't cancel it like you canceled the others, then that's on you, because it's not like I booked an extra night while I was there. I did not do that. And I'm done with the
we
conversation.
all the, if you guys keep saying we canceled.
You canceled all the rooms. I did not.
If all the rooms are canceled, there should be no charge to the village of Dolton.
So then why was there a charge?
And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm leaving it at that. I just hope you had a great time. I just hope everything is good.
Why was there a charge, Mayor?
Just make sure y'all
Why
pay.
was there a charge? I was not there.
Just make sure y'all pay.
I checked out Saturday afternoon. Therefore, I was not there. I paid for that. I paid for the nights I stayed there. So for you to present this one as if I turned around and booked another room on the village for Saturday evening is incorrect.
I'm not turning nothing around. I'm telling you the facts. I'm telling you what Hilton.
I'm telling you the facts because
I just put it out there.
And,
so,
I know what was on.
Okay, thanks, Clerk Key. Let's move on.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome anytime. So Board of Trustees, there is a motion and a second on the floor to basically reverse and give you guys a check for the hotel stay at the Hilton doing the IML that you guys should have paid for out of your expense account. So here we are, Allison Key, Kiana Belcher, and Brittany Norwood. So can you call the roll to basically pay y'all for y'all hotel stay?
Absolutely. Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher? Can't hear you, Trustee Belcher.
I said, I've had my hand up all this time before y'all start calling the roll, and I have not been acknowledged during this time.
Okay, well, can you give your vote right now so we can move forward to termination?
To termination of what?
Well, we got another item on the agenda.
I understand, but I had my hand up in discussion, and you never acknowledged me.
Y'all not doing it?
I got it on here. I got it with me.
Okay.
You can call me.
Okay, you can make your statement, make your vote. You can make your statement, and we're gonna move on so we can conclude this because it is 2:00 almost. So
I understand. Just for clarity, why you keep saying that what we should have done and the money and stuff, I am aware of what it was. That's why I raised my hand when I asked, had anybody found out about the money? That's why my hand has been raised. But you saying that you didn't cancel the rooms, but I know that people don't want to keep putting the employees in this, but Janice had additional knowledge and knew of this because she knew that there was 2 confirmation numbers for the clerk. And when whoever canceled the rooms, they didn't cancel the 2 confirmation numbers. That's why it was charged. I been knew what it was because it was common sense, but nevertheless, for you to keep doing this show in reference to saying that what we should have paid for when we just approved $6,700 in the fees again for events and graphic designs and all these things that you have. It's just so unfair. So I wish you please stop making it seem like that we're doing something wrong when you misuse funds on a consistent basis, and all we're doing is using funds for training. My vote is yes. And please do not stop paying on my check, as you did Trustee Norwood's.
Oh yeah, she did.
Okay, so as it relates to events, guess what? That's for community, it's for people. So no matter how you guys want to spend it, y'all right now doing a self-act. Is to benefit yourself. Pay for a hotel room. Y'all say y'all got the money. Why not use your own dollars to pay for your own hotel rooms? You guys not doing it. You just voted to approve your own hotel. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave it alone, move forward. You guys did what you needed to do, and we'll move forward. Next on the agenda is termination.
I need to finish the vote. Trustee Brown. Thank you. Motion passed.
Okay, next on the agenda is termination employee. That's closed session. So we'll go straight into citizens address.
Mayor, if I may be recognized. Mayor.
Okay, yes.
So I know Ms. Brown has another engagement given the time. I also have closed session items that I do need direction on. And I also am on a time crunch here because of the hour. So may I request that we, the board, entertain a motion to deviate from the order of the agenda and go into closed session right now?
Yeah, yes, I'm fine with that. Is there a motion to deviate from the agenda and go in closed session?
Yes, so moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Aye.
Okay, motion is second, call the roll.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
And Trustee Brown.
Aye.
All right,
Motion passed.
so with that being said, yep, I was just gonna say, we have to end the YouTube because we got to go in closed session. Residents or anybody that's watching currently, we will be back out if there's any action taken, and we will read into record any citizen address questions. I just want you to know, I don't know how long we will be in closed session. Residents, if you're watching this, we'll let you know. And then for the record, Board of Trustees, the approval of the check, it'll be cut for the security cameras for Scott. That's what the agreement was, right? Okay, all right, got it. Okay, Ontario, you have to take the YouTube